Yes, people, welcome to another edition of the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, and I'm joined by special guest slash special guest host slash the young OG, man like Harris. So first and foremost, Harris, what are you telling me? You good?
Bruv, my guy, I'm good in it. Shout out to anyone fasting right now. You get me? Ramadan Mubarak, people. Bruv, it's been a mad week, bruv. It's been a mad 2 days since ever the Super League got announced, bruv. So much happened this week, bruv. I'm telling you that now, fam.
Yeah. We're gonna get out to it because we should be here talking about United versus Burnley, United versus Granada in the Europa League. Mourinho sacking, obviously, when they came into it, considering he's an ex-Manchester United manager, but no, we aren't discussing any of that. You get me? Mourinho got sacked and it was an afterthought. You get what I'm saying? Manchester United are in the semi-finals of the Europa League. It's now an afterthought. United are trying to cement we're trying to cement their place in the in the top four in the Premier League. It's an afterthought.
Bruh, it don't matter.
Yeah, we'd be here discussing the Premier League and in terms of who's going to finish in the top four, who's going to get relegated, the Champions League semi-finals. Can we possibly face Arsenal in a European final? And all of these things I've just mentioned are afterthoughts. Yes, people, this is the ManDem United podcast. I start, before we even get into everything, because there's so much going on, I start each and every podcast. Love to everybody who supports Sarcasm City TV. We really, really appreciate it. Like, love to each and every one of you. Like I said, if you're a regular and you're always in the comments, we appreciate it. But you're just as important if you're a regular watcher and you're not in the comments. You just might enjoy watching. Whichever way it is, we really, really appreciate that. And if you're watching via the Twitter, via the Periscope now, as I can see here, make sure you hit the retweet button and like button on the tweet. Very important you do that. Hit the retweet button, hit the like button. Also, make sure you follow Harris, you follow myself, and you follow the Sarcasm City Twitter. All our accounts are tagged in the tweet. If you're watching via the Sarcasm City TV Facebook page, make sure you like the video and share it. So on Facebook, like and share it. And if you're on Facebook in general, anyway, if you have an account, this is to anyone who's watching live or watching back, make sure you follow the Sarcasm City page on the Facebook also. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you do that. And also, equally as important, YouTube, on your way into the video, let's get them likes up already. Hit that like button. Make sure you share it. You see all them apps that pop up when you share it. Salute to someone who just dropped a like on the Facebook. Appreciate that. It just popped up on the video. But yeah, make sure you click that share button on the YouTube. And when you do that, make sure you share it to your Twitter, your Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp status, WhatsApp groups, Snapchat, wherever else. And equally as important, make sure you subscribe to the channel because it's road to 3K subs. It's road to 3K subs. And I just want to say, with all this European Super League nonsense, obviously everything's up in the air at the minute, which myself and Harris and everybody else on the channel will speak on. Cam spoke on it yesterday. I'm going to talk. Just letting you all know, Sarcasm City TV is not going anywhere, despite what happens. So whether the European Super League happens or it doesn't, whether the Premier League Big Six come back and get relegated or whatever, I'm just letting you know we will continue to give you coverage of football in it. Whether that's Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, Liverpool, etc. I am not sure about that, but we will continue. We're not going nowhere in it. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly, bruv.
Word to Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not leaving in it. We're not leaving. We're not going anywhere, so we will still be here. And yeah, let me get to the comments before we get into it because it's mad. It's mad. Big up MB says, yo, people, karate, chop that like button, share the video on all the socials, join the membership, and all that good shit.
Bruv, big up MB. Big up man like MB. Always showing love.
Big up to the GOAT Flawless for the continuous great work that he does with Sarcasm City. Best YouTuber in the world. Ballon d'Or soon come. Have to give props every time. Hey, big up NB, one of the GOAT mods. And secondly, if this European Super League actually happens, I might be in for a shout with Ballon d'Or. You know what I'm saying? And that. I might be able to get it. I might be able to be up for nominations and that. You know what I'm saying? MB says, not a Liverpool supporter, but it's clear that Klopp wasn't sticking up for them sellouts, FSG. I know he wants to reveal his true thoughts 1000%, but I also feel he's conflicted. We're going to touch on that. Also, Klopp definitely feels the fans' annoyance and frustration. He knows what it means. Big up Zayn, who says, big up Flawless, big up to you. You know what I'm saying? That's Zayn Ali. Big up Zayn, who's now a Villa fan. He says, big up my people as always. Big up to you.
Come on.
Oh, big up Jersey Des here for the super chat. Let's get to it. Can we trade Daniel James for Messi if we are joining the Super League? I love how you spent money to say that.
Wow.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Yo, big up Dupe. Much appreciated for the super chat. Obviously, if you super chat your comments, your comment takes priority. So since it does, we'll go into that. What's your thoughts on that? Harris, in terms of, could you reckon do we see them type of crazy transfers if the Super League happens? Do we get to trade a Messi for a Daniel James?
Bro, you see with the Super League coming up, yeah, it's literally like an NBA format, yeah. So they might start doing trades. You never know, bro. We might be able to bag Dan James for a 38-year-old Messi one day, bro. You never know that, bro. Can you imagine, bro? Dan James at Barcelona, bro. His agent has been doing a mazzoline if that ever happens, bro. I'm telling you that now, bro.
Yeah, I hear that. Yo, keep going 1 sec, fam. I'm just sending a message tutus. My bad, innit? My bad.
You know how I'm gonna try to speak about 5 minutes on Dan James going to Barcelona and being swapped for Messi, you know, like, you know what these man, yeah. So listen, if Dan James for Messi happens, obviously, as a United fan, I would be exuberated or whatever that word is called in it. I'd be gassed in it, blood. Because what's Dan James doing? Doing straight line running, Olympic running, gold medalist things in it. That's all he does, bruv. Yeah. And we get Lionel Messi, bruv. Yeah. Will it ever happen? The guy
highly unlikely.
It's highly unlikely. There's a 1% chance, because what would essentially have to happen is someone would have to smoke crack before going into that meeting. and if the papers fell through in it, you get me, bruv.
Yeah, nah, I hear that. Zane, like I said, Zane said, big up my people as always. We will get to all the comments. MB says, flawless. Can you imagine the announcements onto the pitch? Here come the Arsenal, Los Angeles. Can't wrap my head around that, or would I be willing to accept that? We're going to touch on all of that, definitely. And love to Mimi, she says, speaking in my absence yet. Yeah, we hear. Oh, yeah, because Zane saying, big up my fellow Brumtown, Watford lad, Troy Deeney, and them, man, Mimi, be proud of you. Facts in it. Watford might be the team still, I'm not going to lie. It might get peaked like that.
Big up Watford.
It might get peaked where we got to give up United and that. We're kicking off at 6. You're going to be cheering my boys and them, man. Yeah, we're all hoping Watford win. Dupe says, big up. Big up my guy and Harris. Ryan, big up Ryan every time. Like I say, the Q&A and everything like that is not going anywhere, people. Dupe is saying, y'all like the stream and subscribe if you have not. Yes. Glazers out saying the Glazers are not that bad. Oh, yeah, we all know. You hear me? We all know the Glazers are terrible.
Oh, my gosh, bro.
Kind of Devil says, yeah, Jose getting sacked went under the radar. I never thought the day when Mourinho would get sacked and it'd be an afterthought.
Exactly. That's a mad one.
Yeah. Damn, Twitter ban for saying, can Perez die already? Yeah, you can't really be wishing death on people.
No, don't wish death upon him.
You can't be wishing death on people. He deserves to be verbally attacked, definitely in that, but just don't wish death on him. Just verbally attack him.
Nah, bro, that's peaking. That's what I'm saying. Never wish death upon someone, bro.
Yeah, facts. Listening whilst playing FIFA. Love my G. Big
brother, Zanos, I used to do that, brother. I know how you feel, bro. My brother. I'm not even lying, bro. Man used to watch this show while playing FIFA, bro. I remember you telling
me. And Harris is a real one. Is a realist. Big up you, man. Yeah, man. Big up to you, man. Yeah, man. Harris definitely is. Taha saying, big up Harris and Flawless. Big up to you. Hey, Flawless. Big up to Ronan. You know what I'm saying? Taha saying, I've made my decision. F the big teams, I'm gonna go follow Watford, my local club. See that there's more Watford fans in here. You know what I'm saying? Drizzy Des is saying it's MB. That's my 4th time Twitter has suspended me. I'm gonna create a burner accounts now. Just stop saying wild shit on Twitter, then, innit?
Exactly.
Stop saying wild shit on Twitter and that. That's what you need to do. Big up the ManDem. Flawless. Apparently, Man United might be playing in New York. What do they think this is? FIFA Street? Yes, they think it's. Somebody said this on Twitter. I think they think it's an arcade game. Yes, yeah. Definitely. I love this channel. I love all you guys. We will all still be here no matter what happens to our clubs. Oh, facts. Yeah. Hashtag no to the Super League, says Charlie. Malcolm saying say no to the Super League. I echo those sentiments without question. We are going to also touch on Neville saying, I don't know why I'm living in Klopp's head. I'd be created. It's facts. But we're going to get to all of that. Ryan S says big up Flawless and Harris. Dupe saying big up Harris and Flawless, the determined
man, like the determined duo, you know.
The determined duo, big up. Guys, the Super Leagues is not gonna happen. FSG Glazes Cronky out. I'm with you, Glazes out. Thames Baller says big up my guys, big up to you. Yeah, I did see him say that. Flawless, did you see the Madrid president saying the Super League is saving football? What a load of shit. 1000% agree. You lot make sure you block the fake accounts and that. think the mods already beat me to it. Let me check. Yeah, they have mods on job per usual. You lot, right? We trying to talk about football not being what it once was, and you lot are still making fake accounts. You know, you lot are determined. You lot are friggin' determined and that. Yo, serious. I forgot this shit was behind me and that. I'm gonna pull it down still. I actually forgot this shit was behind me because I can't back what is going on right now. To be honest, you're 100% right, fam.
Yeah, bro, exactly. You know what? Man might have to start. Man might stop.
I can't even.
Start. Man
I
might
can't
have to
rock
start.
it.
Oh, sorry,
Go on.
brother.
Nah,
go
it's
on,
cool.
brother.
Now I was gonna say, yeah, I forgot it was behind me, but go on.
Bro, man might have to start following my local as well, Reading FC and that, bro. That's looking like a peak one still, bro. Like, you imagine we were like second and now we're trying to fight for playoffs, bro. Like, it's looking long, bro. Well,
Yeah,
not we,
yeah.
in it. Like, I'm not associated to Reading FC, but you know what I mean.
I get what you're saying. Nah, I fully get what you're saying. You lot get the likes up. Like I said, we got over 40 people watching across all platforms. Hit the like button, share. Let's get over 50 in there. Let's get the likes up. Let's do as big as numbers as possible. I've seen the numbers going up on the channel. Like I said, I really appreciate it. Road to 3K for Sarcasm City TV. So let's get into it. And you know what, Harris? Because I've already spoke on it in regards to the Super League. So I'll let you give your thoughts on the Super League. And then after that, we'll touch on the whole Gary Neville versus Jurgen Klopp and their exchange of words with Sky Sports yesterday. But yeah, give us your thoughts on the European Super League.
Bruv, the mad thing is when it came to the Super League, us man were doing the Sarcasm City podcast, bruv. All the announcements got as soon we were recording the podcast, yeah. And bruv, everyone in the chat was like, bro, Super League, bro. I'm telling you now, this is an L for football, bruv. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because at the end of the day, these pagans like FSG, the Glazers and Stan Kroenke, all these men that want peas in it, yeah. All these American owners, they don't give a shit about English football like that. The way we see the game and the way they see the game is two different things, but they really want to Americanize this whole thing, do a whole league table, do this whole playoff system where you can't get relegated, where there's no consequences for your actions, brother. And what? The thing is, there's this saying in it, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, in it, yeah. And like, bro, we've had this system for years, yeah. And these pagans, like, let's be real, in it. They want to just introduce the system because they're insecure because they can't get in the Champions League, bruv, and they're losing out on peace. That's not our problem, bruv. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? It's peak when Man United don't get into the Champions League, yeah. But, bruv, that's because my club's doing shit, yeah? And that's up to the owners to go and invest and spend, yeah? This is a lazy way out for them. Everyone's saying the 425 million injection. Listen, clubs ain't going to spend it like that, bruv. They will get 425 and spend 150 mil. I guarantee you something like that will happen. Like, bro, we're not splashing out at the end of the day. This is just a whole PR stunt to gas up fans thinking their clubs are going to get this massive cash injection. Bruv, it's not going to work like that at the end of the day, yeah? And everyone's... Like, you know, when I first heard it, it's cool hearing Barcelona and Man United play. But you know what it is? When you, like, right now, because it doesn't happen, you want it to happen, like, because you don't see Barcelona and United, yeah? But when I actually deeped it, if we're in the future, yeah, you might just want to say Barcelona United playing. Oh, I'll watch that next time it happens, bro. Because it will happen all the time. There's no sentiment. There'll be no, like... there'll be no reward when these teams play. It's like Man United and AC Milan. I was so gassed to see that happen here because one, my brother supports AC Milan. We don't like, obviously our teams play in different leagues. So when we saw our two teams playing, it was like an incentive because, bro, I made a whole motive out of that at the end of the day, yeah. And if they're gonna regularly like make these things regular fixtures, it's not gonna be all of that. But I think everyone knows that at the end of the day. I know it sounds like it's an amazing idea by having all these teams, super teams playing. But bro, when it actually happens, yeah, like it's one of the things where right now, because we don't have it, we want it. But when you actually get it, it might not be all of that, bro. That's all I'm saying. Because when what it is right, in 2 years' time, fans might be getting bored of this. Like, you never know, bro. And this is the thing at the end of the day, yeah. It's the in the moment thing. The fans wanting the Super League, I'm very confused with you lot because it's like you need to realize, yeah, that underdogs in football are a thing, bro. And what this essentially does is it kicks all the underdogs out. Florentino Perez has come out and said, yeah, we're gonna let other teams in, 5 other teams. But what? Why can't Arsenal or Tottenham, bruv? Tottenham haven't won a trophy in 11 years, and you're telling me they deserve to be in the Super League over Ajax, bruv, and Benfica. Bro, these men are an absolute disgrace, bro. Yeah, they're just coming in for the peas at the end of the day, bro. They care about money, yeah, and they capitalize off your nostalgia, yeah, and your love for the club, bro. And you know what it is, yeah. That's why I've had to become a bit more neutral when it not neutral, but like objective when I look at the club than subjective. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because it's like if I come out, yeah, and pour my heart and emotions over, and I just know they're trying to get my money, cash grab. What they've essentially realized is that the foreign market is the way to go. We can promote in Singapore, Shanghai, Tokyo, America, and do all these other events there because they know, yeah, you know, these match going fans. I'm sorry to say this, but they don't give a fuck about you, man. But like, they don't, because if they really gave a fuck about you, man, yeah, they would have been trying to do all of these things to incentivize you to come. But bruv, they're trying to go global with this shit. They're trying to turn it into the NBA, NFL, Americanize the sport. And what a coincidence, our owners are all American, bruv. And you know what it is, yeah.
And you know what? Sorry to cut you off. That's what makes this worse, because if it was just the American owners, if it was just United and it was just the Glazers and it was just Arsenal and it was just Kroenke, then you'd be like, that makes more sense. But Manchester City fans love their owner. Chelsea fans love their owner. You know what I'm saying? Chelsea fans love Roman Abramovich for what he's done for their club. Manchester City fans love Sheikh Mansour for what they've done for the club. They don't need more money like that. And I'm not watching anybody's pockets. But at the end of the day, Sheikh Mansour, you have generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm talking about generational wealth, people, generational wealth is the difference. Chris Rock had a great joke about it. The difference between being rich and being wealthy. He's like, rich, you can lose easily. How many rappers have we seen that have gone broke who have been rich? Wealth you can't lose, because wealth is passed down from generation to generation to generation. So the fact that Chelsea and Manchester City have agreed to this make this so much worse than what it already is, because you're not lacking for anything. You lot are on the way to winning. Chelsea have won. We always speak about Chelsea, always 2 years away from a trophy. They haven't gone longer than 2 years without a trophy since Abramovich has joined, and they've won every single trophy possible. Manchester City are on for a treble. They were on for the Premier League, they were on for the Champions League, and they were on for a league, and they were in a League Cup final, which is literally playing in a few days. And they've gone and done this at the time that it's happened. But just a couple things, because who's going to the protest on Saturday? Sorry to cut you off. I just had to get to this. There's 2 pieces of important information, and I can see this happening a lot on these shows. So the protest on Saturday is 3 p.m. Is hashtag Glazers out. It's also no to the Super League. So you don't have to be a Manchester United fan to turn up. So if you can turn up there, doesn't matter if you support United, Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal, whatever club, get there. We need as many people there as possible. I'll be there. I'm not saying go broke getting here, people, but I'm saying if you're in the Manchester area or you're close by and you can make it, get there. I will be there. That's what I'm saying. I'm there definitely, without question. I'm there. And Stroll said, flawless, check the group chat. ASAP, breaking news. So this is the breaking news, people. But I feel like Sky Sports News, we need the yellow bar.
I found out more news on Sarcasm City. We're about to find out more now.
One second. I'm literally about to get to the message now that he just put in the group chat. How true this is, I don't know, but this is new. UEFA is preparing a counter-attack in the Super League. UEFA is working with English Investment Fund to come up with a new LOC that would have a starting budget of 4.5 billion euros, but which could go up to 7 billion. So it looks like UEFA and FIFA and the FA and everyone is trying to clap back, which is not a shock, but we're going to touch on the FA and UEFA and FIFA, etc. But go on, carry on giving your thoughts on the European Super League.
Bruv, you know what it is, yeah. Man lost a bit of thought, yeah. But
what but
what I was gonna say, yeah, obviously these men are all American owners. They want to Americanize it because they're used to their way of things, and they're trying to bring their philosophy, the way they do sports in America to like Premier League teams. And I don't think they both translate in the same way. And I'm like, it's not, you can't do that at the end of the day. At the end of the day, yeah, these men are businessmen who want peas, bruv. Like, it don't matter what you say in it, and like they'll do whatever drives the money, bro. And this Super League, if it drives the money, they'll take it. They'll be like, yes, we want this money, bro. This 425 million is enough for them to say yes. They're the ones pushing this the most, bro. And it's just like as a fan of this club, you should be disappointed, bro. Because it's like, bro, at the end of the day, football has a lot of underdogs, yeah, like Leicester, Yeah, even Everton getting their Champions League places. Yeah, even I think Bolton have got European
Yeah,
places in the past.
Everton have had European places in the past with Moyes.
Yeah,
Yes, West Ham and
yeah.
Leicester are currently fighting for that too. But go on, carry on, because I spoke on this in depth on the Q&A, and I'm going to continue as long as I've got this mic and I have a voice to continue to speak on it. But yeah, go on.
And teams like Atalanta, yeah, who've come up here, they were very small teams. Like it's a very, very small town where Atalanta is. Yeah, like you have to know. I was reading something about it, and it's like the way they've come onto the Serie A scene and they're getting consistently top four, and the way they're like in Champions League and everything, bro. These guys are doing their thing at the end of the day with what was I gonna say with Atalanta, and it's like, bro, they're getting consecutive Champions League. Maybe they're not the biggest team, but they earn their way right there. Sometimes you've got to earn your way there, and essentially what it is yeah, that football doesn't want to see success stories. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, for example, Jamie Vardy was like playing Sunday League and all of this shit, and now he's a professional footballer, bruv. Without these opportunities, yeah, it's gonna kill football in a massive way for me. And you know what it is? The Florentino Perez can come out and say, yeah, we're gonna help teams, we're gonna buy their players, this, and that for more money. No, because at the end of the day, yeah, they're not gonna, bro. Listen, they can do that in it, yeah, but that's not a sustainable way for me for these clubs to run. Because essentially, all these clubs are gonna be feeder clubs, and they're essentially what they're basically trying to tell them to do. Oh, we'll buy your players, yeah, so you can keep like yourself sustainable instead of these teams to try and build their way up, bruv. Like, listen, they don't want to see no underdogs. It's like it don't make the money. Like what Leicester are doing, I appreciate it, yeah. But Arsenal and Tottenham, yeah, they're probably like, like why are they getting so much revenue? Why are they getting Champions League? These men are insecure, bruv, because these places like Leicester are gonna get European spaces overdone, bruv. And it's like, well, what? And they probably think, why does Leicester deserve to give it? Bruv, Leicester have won a Premier League, yeah, in the last 10 years, and none of you man haven't, bruv. Like, that's the thing, bruv. And it's like, at the end of the day, yeah, football should be an equal and fair game at the end of the day. This is just monopolizing football, bruv. Because essentially, the way football is going, he said he's coming up with statements like, they're trying to make games less than 90 minutes. Like, why are you gonna do that, bro? You get what you're trying to change the whole DNA of football as a whole, bro. Like, this is a game, yeah. Everyone's growing up, bro. Imagine, yeah, you've grown up in it for 90 minutes, and what the next generation are used to it being like 60 minutes, bro. Like, that's just gonna be weird, bro. That's all I'm saying. So it's like, this super, like, the idea and the concept is nice, yeah, but the way they've gone and approached this, I don't like. You know what? I would only agree with the Super League if they were doing it. You know, when the World Cups and Euros don't take place flawless, like, I would agree. I would agree with it then, because it's not a regular thing. These things can happen, and these teams can make money at the end of the day. But when I hear things like they're literally just gonna like only, because Perez said 5 teams can get in, but it's like, it don't make sense why Arsenal, Tottenham, Milan, even though they've had a good season, yeah, they're basically off big names, bruv.
It is big names, because if you look at the clubs that are in it, and we're talking European Super League, look at the big 6. You know what I'm saying? Look at the big 6, and let's go from 2010. All right, Liverpool have won it in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Chelsea have won it. So Liverpool have won 1 Champions League in the past 10 years. Chelsea have won 1 Champions League in the past 10 years. United have won 0 in the past 10 years. Spurs have never won it. Manchester City have never won it. Arsenal have never won it. You know what I'm saying? And that. So that's your 6 right there. You've only got 2 Champions Leagues in the past 10 years between those 6. Inter Milan haven't won it since 2010. AC Milan haven't been in the competition in however long. Juve
haven't won it for God.
Juve have never. Yeah, I'm not sure.
They've won a Champions League. They bottle more finals and win Champions.
Yeah, it might be the 60s, the 70s. You get what I'm talking about? Atletico Madrid have been to 1 final in the past 10 years. Yes, Real Madrid are juggernauts. Barcelona haven't won it in 5 years. This is absolute European Super League. But
Bayern have won it. Yeah,
but Bayern refused to do it. But yeah, go on, carry on.
Yeah, so bro, essentially what it comes down to is, yeah, and this is the essentially, for those people that want to push the Super League, it don't make no sense, bro. At the end of the day, yeah, Barcelona is special because you barely see it. Madrid Bayern is because you barely see it. Another thing is, yeah, for me, yeah, Man United's football's shit already, yeah, bro. I'm not trying to see my team get slapped up every week. We'll be shit, bro. Like, on the level, if we're in the Super League, yeah, we'll generally be a mid-table team, bro. Like, and fam, like this is gonna be shit, bro. Because essentially, what's gonna happen here is you're gonna be wanting your team to get in the playoffs every season, innit? Because it don't matter if your team comes first, and it's like I think if you get fifth or sixth, you can make it to the playoffs. And essentially, bro, for me, there's no incentive in doing that, bro. Because it's like, bro, imagine flawless. You could do a whole invincible season, yeah, in the league, and you could get knocked out in the playoffs. And it's like, bro, your invincible season don't mean nothing because you got knocked out. So it's like, bro, for me, I don't like that. This whole playoff system is bullshit. It's actually bullshit at the end of the day, bro. These man, they're greedy. They want peace. I don't know why these men find it interesting, bro, because it's like you want it to happen weekly. No. And another thing is Champions League moments. The knockout rounds make everything better. Because, you know, in the Champions League, look at when Roma beat Barcelona, bro. Like, no one thought that was going to happen, bro, like back in the days, bro. And they went and done it, bro. These underdog stories happen, bro. And it's like these sometimes. Look at Porto, bro, in 2004. They went.
Sorry, let me get to the super chat. Sorry to cut you off.
Nah, no one.
Cut you off. John Franklin says, love for the super chat. He says, this Super League is disgusting. I was told that I knew nothing. I'm not a part of the beautiful game because I'm American. These greedy owners are evil. And the fact you have an American saying that, about the sport tells you all you need to know. Like, that's why I'd never dismiss someone if they're a Manchester United fan, but they're not from Manchester. Doesn't matter, innit? Like, because I know Manchester United fans who I don't particularly like or care for their opinions, who are from and live in Manchester. So yeah, love for the super chat, John Franklin. And I hear you, it is absolutely disgusting. I don't even know where to start with this because let me just start with. I've said this before and I'll say this again. The idea of the European Super League, I have no problem with. The idea, I have no problem with. My issue with it is the execution, the timing. The execution is absolutely disgusting. The timing is absolutely disgusting. And let me explain why when I say the execution, people. Because they have literally shit on every other team in the football pyramid. And when I say every other team, people, I'm not just talking the other 14 teams in the Premier League. I'm talking all the teams in the Championship. I'm talking all the teams in League One, all the teams in League Two, all the teams in the conference, all the teams in Conference North, all the teams in Conference South, and all the teams lower down. Exactly. Here's why I say that is because the reason why I say that is because how many teams have we seen have played a big team in the FA Cup or something in the FA Cup? I say from a sporting aspect, played a big team in the FA Cup or a League Cup, and that saved them. That saved their team from going under. Like people mentioned Bury, like, oh, why did no one say Bury? No one saved Bury. If this goes through, we see a lot more Berries happen. It increases the chance of a Bury happening. And then from a sporting aspect as well, where is the competition? That's not fair. So you get 12 or 15 teams who go into this competition automatically, regardless. And then these teams in the Super League had the absolute audacity to be like, nah, we want to stay in the domestic league, even though you've cheapened the value of the domestic league. So what they've done by cheapening the value of the domestic league is made it less. Yeah, they've made it less valuable, which means it gets less money, which means all the other teams down the pyramid receive less money. And then even again from a Adam Matic mentioned this. If this goes ahead, no more Merseyside derbies. How dare you come in and just take away a Merseyside derby? How dare you do that?
Exactly.
And you have the audacity to do that. And then what's even more crazier is they've not agreed with the FA to do this, but they're saying when they released their statement saying, all right, so how the European Super League is going to work, there's going to be this many teams in it, and then 5 teams can qualify from domestic leagues. But the FA have not agreed to this. Serie A haven't, the Italian FA haven't agreed to this, the Spanish FA. But because you lot think you run this thing like this, you can just do what you want. So that's when I say the execution of it is absolutely awful. Because you've shot on everybody. Absolutely everybody in that. Mimi mentioned it in the comments. Watford are playing tonight trying to get promoted. Promoted for what now? Why are they trying to get promoted? For what reason are they trying to get promoted? But I have to welcome the second special guest to the show. I just have to say, Bun KLOPP, Bun Anfield, Bun You'll Never Walk Alone. Friggin' Bun the Beatles, man from the final third. Wait, make it his Sarcasm City TV debut. Man like Banks. What you telling me, man? You good?
Big up Banks, bro.
Yo, you on mute, fam? Yo, you on mute, fam? Okay, yeah. You're on mute. Wait, go on, say something, fam. Now I can't even hear you in that. Can you hear him, Harris?
I
Or is it
think
just me?
you got AirPods on, bro. AirPods don't work on StreamYard.
Yeah. Take the AirPods out and then jump back on, yeah? Yeah, calm, but we'll keep the show going. But yeah, as I was saying anyway, regards to it, and then the timing of it as well, to do this before Champions League semi-finals, before Europa League semi-finals, during the top 4 race, during while La Liga still has a title race, Serie A still has a title race, and you just vetoed that. Tottenham have the chance to maybe win an FA Cup. This is ridiculous, but yeah, go on, Banks. Can we hear you now? Nah, if I'm can't even hear you.
We can't even hear you, bro.
Go on, let him jump out and jump back in.
Flawless. Can I just say one thing though? You see this
go on.
Europa League, yeah. As bad as it sounds to say, yeah, I don't want Man United or Arsenal to win it now. I want Villarreal or Roma to win it, yeah, to show a statement to the whole world. Because if Villarreal, Roma win it, yeah, and knock our teams out, it will show a statement to the world at the end of the day, bro. These are big teams in the European Super League, and none of them can win the Europa League, bro. Like, do you know what statement that would show towards the world? And it's like, bro, it's a big F you to all these, to the Glazers and everyone, because it's like you put all this money into these players, yeah, put like 500 million plus, yeah, and you still can't be a Roma Villarreal, bro. That's for football. I feel like that needs to happen, bro. I can't.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and that. Yo, there we go. We got him back. Yes, Banks. Welcome to Sarcasm City TV. Banks from the final third. People, what are you telling me? You good first and foremost?
I'm very good, man. Happy to make my debut on Sarcasm TV.
Yeah, man.
Very happy to make my debut. Very happy to be here, man. How you look?
Yeah, man, good. Like I said, minus this European Super League nonsense, which we'll get onto, and obviously we'll get onto Neville and Klopp going at it as well. Minus that, man's blessed. But let me just get to the super chat quick. Big up Drizzy Dazzy says they have taken away the bantering between the fans, and this is what I'm saying. There's so many layers to this. There's so many things they've taken away from a sporting aspect and a moral aspect, and both. And that's why I talk about the timing of it. The timing of this, they could even wait till the end of the season. That's how much they don't care. Like I said, you have Champions League semi-finals going on. You have some players playing to try and get into their first Champions League final, trying to win the Champions League for the first time. Same for the Europa League. Let's take Arsenal, for instance. You got Arteta in there in his first full season at Arsenal, trying to win a second trophy in his second season, trying to get his team into the Champions League by winning the Europa League. You get what I'm saying? Type of thing. A lot of them Arsenal players haven't played in the Champions League, and you just take that away from him mid-season. Towards the back end of it, we was all looking forward to the semi-finals of the Champions League. How dare Manchester City just take away that chance for a lot of their players who haven't played in semi-finals, some of their players haven't played in semi-finals and never played in a final. Manchester City fans have been waiting to win that competition. Same for PSG. We spoke highly about Mbappe and Neymar and players like this. This is absolutely ridiculous. But big up Drizzy Daz. And yeah, they've taken away the bantering from the fans. And people don't understand as well with the whole European Super League as well. If United are playing Real Madrid, Barcelona, season in, season out, that don't make it special anymore. The reason why it was so special because it didn't happen all the time. That's the whole point of the Champions League. But yeah, go on, Banks. I'll let you give your thoughts on the European Super League because my head's hot about it still. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm so conflicted about this whole European Super League thing because I take a step back from it and I realize there's no good guys in this game anymore. When I look, when we talk about the owners, we look at these American owners who are really like they've done this because they're not interested in these football clubs being successful. They're interested in them being profitable. That's always been the end goal for them. They don't care about football, soccer, as they call it in America. And that sort of thing has just transcended into all of these. They don't care whether we're successful. They care whether we're profitable. But the reason I'm so conflicted is because UEFA and FIFA have their own misdemeanors where I can't back their thing where we're constantly having to beg for you lot to do something about racism, about online abuse, these sort of things and more time is just swept under the rug. The Slavia Prague brother who just racially abused Glenn Kamara, 10-match ban, slip under the rug. Let's not talk about it anymore. We were all up in arms and 10-match ban for whether it's international duty, FIFA will give them a little 75k fine. Don't talk about it anymore. That's the punishment. And it's been happening for so many years where now that this is being dished out to FIFA and UEFA, I can't be angry at FIFA. Like I can't be angry for these corporations that constantly let us down as well. Like Klopp has talked about it as well. Klopp talked about it yesterday where the in the new Champions League format there's going to be more games. It's all about more games, more money. Both of them are whether it's the owners, UEFA, FIFA, is all for the money. And we talk about where the game's going. It's been going this direction. It's all about it's less and less about the fans, the beautiful game. It's more and more about the money. How can we extract every single dollar? We're talking UEFA Nations League. Who gives a fuck about UEFA Nations League? They made a tournament out of nowhere. Nobody asked
Brother,
for
it's shit, man.
tournament, and they
Your
made
facts.
it. Now the international break, players are playing 3 games a week. For what reason? They 3 games in an international break when it's already the longest season ever. They're having to play these extra games. It doesn't make sense for nobody. These useless international friendlies, money grabs. This has been FIFA, UEFA. It's been their objective for so many years. Where now that I'm coming back to bite them, I feel it's very difficult for me to feel sorry for them.
I fully get what you're saying, and that's why I tweeted about this earlier. FIFA, UEFA, you made valid points on all of that, especially racism. And Bamford mentioned that yesterday, and I respect him highly for that. And I don't feel for FIFA, UEFA, or the FA. We know these men are crooks. We know these men are corrupt.
Yeah,
we know all these men care about is money. But like I said in my tweet, I'm not siding with them because I like UEFA, or I like FIFA, or I like the FA. I'm siding with them because it's a lesser of the two evils, which is a great point, Harris. 1 and 2, they're 100% spot on. I don't like the fact that they're the messengers. I think they're the worst messengers for this. They're the worst, but the message is correct. I understand the fight that they have. You get what I'm saying? And that because we're fighting the same fight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, are they perfect? No. We know all about UEFA and how they deal with racism. They don't care. Same with the FA, same with FIFA. We know exactly from top to bottom, it's all about money. But this is much worse, the European Super League, because at least with UEFA and FIFA, at least with UEFA, if West Ham finish in the top 4, they can play in the Champions League.
100.
You know what I'm saying? And have a fair shot to do what they need to do in the Champions League. Same goes for Leicester. Same goes for Everton when they got in it years back with Moyes. Same goes for other teams who have been in the Europa League in the past, or UEFA Cup when it was that. And that gives them a chance to not invest in their squad. But you're making, yes, Manchester United and the big clubs make much more money. But you're talking in this European Super League, there's no relegation. There's no relegation, and they're getting 420 million to enter. So say West Ham qualify for this. What chance do they really stand? It's already tough enough for them now. What chance do they stand? And then that being said, this the no relegation part that I really don't like as well. Yeah. Like I said, the idea is fine. No problem with the idea. The execution of it is absolutely awful. And then what does this do to smaller clubs? The gap's already big enough. What does this do to this lessens the Premier League? I've said that. What do the other 4? It's like, all right, we're all right. Us 6 are okay. We're just going to leave the 14 teams in the Premier League and the rest of the football pyramid to die. Go on,
honest, you know the worst thing, the man I was reading the Florentino Perez interview. The man had the nerve to say, "Bruv, we'll make a 2nd division if you want, bruv." Like, this guy don't give a shit, bruv. Like, he's willing to go all the way with this shit, bruv. I'm telling you that now, bruv. They're willing.
And it's all for money.
Yeah,
that's the worst part about it.
I think the biggest issue right now that the UEFA Super League, that some of the players have actively come out and said that they're not, as you said, they've taken away the chance for them to win Champions League, win Europa League. These are the competitions that they grew up on. These players would have grown up on the Premier League, grown up on the Champions League. And I'm not saying that these players would be completely adverse to playing in the Super League. I'm sure the big finances, the big bumper contracts that's going to be there, a lot of them will probably end up favouring it. But they have stripped away, like, when we talk about history of the competition,
it's integrity, man.
They've stripped it away without talking to the players. They don't. It's the lack of communication with the players, with the managers. Like, you've got Klopp out here trying to talk about it when he just learned about it a couple hours ago.
100.
And that makes it, you know what? That makes it even worse in the fact that they don't even have the decency to tell they've done this. This hasn't just come up overnight. So this has been in the works for months, possibly years. And you don't even have the decency to tell your managers about this. You don't even have the decency to tell your players about it. You don't even have the decency to tell your staff about this. What does this do for staff? Because they're talking about United and the other big 5, and United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, Liverpool, all playing abroad. And what does this do for staff of the clubs? I'm saying in that. What does this do for people? Like, people got to understand that football is much more than a game for. The reason why us 3 are on this show is because of football. Let's get it mistaken. This don't happen in that. This whole YouTubing footballing community has been built Hear what I said there? Football and YouTube community. I get messages. I'm sure other YouTube content creators who are bigger than me get messages where people have been like, especially during lockdown, have said, yo, your content has helped me get through lockdown, you know. I don't know what I would have done. And that goes even further to some people. That's all they look forward to on the weekend. And that's all it is. Like we preach mental health. How many people's mental health would this mess with? Like it's much deeper than that. Like football is passed down from generations, for some people from generation to generation to generation. I can include that myself in that. The reason why when people say, oh, why are you a Manchester United fan? I didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was born into this. I'm a United fan. All my brothers and sisters are United fans. All my cousins are. My mom is, my dad is, all my uncles and aunts are too. This is past. And when I have kids and a younger generation below me, my nieces and nephews, they're all United fans too. This isn't no, you get a choice type of thing and you're just going to snatch that away for money. Like you man ain't already rich. That's what makes it even worse to me as well. You man are already rich. Football is a worldwide sport. You can go to any continent on the globe and people know this. It's a £1 billion sport, but yet you man want more and want to monopolize it even further. It's ridiculous. Let me just get to the super chat quick, but I'll let you go, Banks. If they ban players, is there a chance for Ghana to win the World Cup? France and England will be affected the most. We're going to get to that. Go on, Banks. Say what you're going to say, and I'm going to touch on that, and then I'll let you talk on it as well, Harris.
What I would say is that the Premier League, when we look at the history of the English League and the history of the Premier League, they've ended up making this rod for their own back. Because if you remember how the Premier League started, is because they wanted to make money. These clubs wanted to make money from televising their games before everything used to be on BBC, ITV, all national television. They took the old first division, turned it into the Premier League. They invited these billionaire owners who became billionaires from being ruthless and making these sort of moves. And now they're surprised that they've turned these billionaire owners who have always acted in their own interests, have always acted in their own interest in terms of profit, making more money. They've always done that. The Premier League invited these people because they thought, we're going to get a nice slice of that pie. And now they haven't seen these owners deciding to stab them in the back. This is what they've been doing. And the Glazers came in, lumped all of the debt onto Manchester United and said, don't worry, we'll make it back by leveraging the club's future. If United didn't perform well, United would be tanked. But the Premier League didn't stop the Glazers from taking them over. They welcomed them in. They welcomed these billionaire owners. So now that the Premier League have got a taste of their own medicine, it's kind of been a rod of their own. They've made this problem for themselves.
Go on, Harry. So what are you going to say? Go on.
Nah, bro, what Banks is saying is right, bro. The fact is, the fact that the FA allowed the Glazers to come into the United in the first place, bro, that's disgraceful in my opinion. Because you look at it, bro, football, these football clubs, they have a history to them and all of that. But the people talk about the importance of history, and these pagans like the Glazers, they come in, they're like, you know what, man, we'll give you this debt, bro, because they gave us debt, they put the club in turmoil, bro. He's right. If we didn't win things, we'd be like a Bolton and all these things there, bro. I'll tell you that now, bro. And it's just I see the way this club's going in the direction, bro. We're moving like a franchise, like a company, bro. We don't give a shit about the fans, bro. And it's disheartening to see, bro, because it's first of all, I watch Man United, bro, that Burnley game, bro, that was a dead game, bro. If you take away the goals, bro, that's a dead game, And, bro, man waits, even the Granada one, week in, week out watching this bullshit, for these man to shit on us even more, because, bro, I know one Don who's from Australia, bro. Brother wakes up at 4 a.m. in the morning to see us play bullshit, and do 0-0s against Crystal Palace and West Brom. Imagine that, bro. That's peak, And the Glazers and everyone, they just shit on everyone, in the fan base, And with regards to that super chat, I think Nigeria have a shout in it because they got mans
we're gonna get to the super chat as well because Drizzy Des said, which I'll get to, but Mimi's talking here about Watford beating Liverpool 3-0. Stop that unbeaten run. No one predicted it on paper. Should have never happened, but it's clubs like mine live for the dream of beating the big clubs, and that's the whole point. How many small clubs have we seen be saved by coming up to the Premier League and that? Even when Manchester City played Cheltenham in the FA Cup, I think it was this season, because there was no fans. What the Manchester City fans did, I think Jan City was talking about, they either donated money or they gave money to Cheltenham. That could keep Cheltenham going for the next 5 years.
Exactly.
An extra $1 million on top for them smaller clubs. $1 million for us talking about big clubs is nothing. $1 million for one of those small clubs could save them for the next 5 years. That could pay their wage bill for the next 6 months and keep them afloat, or even keep people even further, keep the groundsman keeping their jobs, or the coaching staff staying paid, or the tea lady, or the people who work at the ground at the ticket stands, etc. And you just snatch this away. It's a mess.
It's way bigger than just on the football pitch.
This is my point. Not only on the football pitch is it fucked up, and you fucked that up in terms of the sport and the competition and the integrity. Morally, this is fucked up as well on both ends of it. Go on, Harris. What are you going to say?
Now, I like another example is the Marine and Tottenham game, bro. I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. Yeah, the one where they, that team, bro. No one knew about these man. These man came up, bro. These stories are nice to hear, bro, in football, bro. And it's like, what you do is you're taking these away, yeah. And some of these big clubs, yeah, these little lesser clubs fans who are in like League 2. They get a buzz out of Carabao Cup, yeah, and like Championship. Look at Luton. We played them at the start of the year, yeah. And the thing with Luton is, Luton probably never see Man United play, brother. Like, obviously, everything was indoors. But even Rochdale against United, bruv, even for them to draw against us, for Rochdale to draw against United, that would have been a big result for them, bruv. Like, all of these things are the reason why, what they're doing is just killing football, killing the what's the word for it, man? Like, big up man like JV.
Man, the JV's in the building. I told you like JV be here with that. Oh yeah, JV meet Banks meet JV who's a co-host of the show and that. You know what I'm saying?
Bless, brother. Bless.
I forget who's met and all that because man does so many streams in it. So if I don't introduce you, I might have introduced you previously. I'm not sure if man have been on streams.
Nah, I ain't met him before, but I seen the Millie Rock still. I seen the Millie Rock. You know what I'm saying? I seen the Millie Rock. You know what I'm saying? I know what it is.
It is, but yeah, Drizzy Does is saying here if they ban plays, and this is another thing as well that has come into it because there's so many like implications and so many different layers to this as well. So say UEFA and FIFA decide and be like, all right, players in the Super League are not going to play. I'm not eligible if you're in the Super League to play in the World Cup and the Euros and things of that nature. So now you're making players pick. So players have to now pick what between the European Super League or if I'm going to play in the World Cup or play in the Euros.
UEFA can uphold that though. Do you think,
I think they could.
You think they're going to?
You know what it is though?
You know what? I'm going to let JV go. I think they have to at this point. I don't think they have a choice because you know what happens if they fall to this. Then that means the European Super League can be like, all right, you're now secondary one. We can do what we want to you, and you're just gonna fold. Like even people are saying, oh, the Premier League's gonna be dead if the top 6 leave. If this goes ahead and the top 6 are still in, the Premier League still takes a hit regardless because then it's less competitive. It now becomes a secondary competition because the money's less. You see how like in the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, the top 6 teams play lesser sides. That's what's going to start happening in the Premier League. Let's take this and I'll let you go, JV, in a sec. 1 second. Look at the Premier League now, and if you look at the league table, if the European Super League is up, it's either or every team that's in the top 6 is just playing for first place. That's it. Why are Liverpool, Chelsea trying to get into the top 4? Why are Spurs now trying to get into the top 4 if there's no Champions League? They're already in the Super League. So they're just going to play their strongest team in the Super League and play weak sides in the Premier League, which then dilutes the Premier League. The most exciting thing about the Premier League currently is the top 4 race. Why? Because you get a Champions League place. Now that's been taken away. So it's less competitive. So whether they stay or go, it takes a hit. It does. But yeah, go on, JV. Give us your thoughts on that.
Yeah, you know what it is, bro? This is how I see it now, yeah? See, in terms of the international thing, there's certain man who this sounds like, you know, excellent news for. Because, like, and this is in all serious. If you look at your McTominays, your Dan Jameses, these men ain't winning nothing for their country. No, this is in all seriousness. They won't win nothing for their country. Yeah, it's all a patriotism thing. Or even like someone put it to me today. Said, you know what, Pogba could have even sit there and say, well, Pogba could say, yo, I've won the World Cup. So.
Even,
do you know what I'm saying?
Even off of winning it, because I think McTominay and James in their heart of hearts will know they can't win it, but it's like it's not even a winning thing. I'll say this, and I'm not even a professional. Just to play in a World Cup would be cool. You know what I'm saying? You're robbing man of even at least give man a shot at trying to get there.
But here's the thing: see, depending on what your nationality is, you're robbed of that anyway. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of players are, but some, because if I remember correctly, the last World Cup, did all the home nations not get there? If I remember correctly. What World Cup was it?
I think Scotland. Scotland.
It was Euro 2016, if I remember correct. Every home nation got there. What I'm saying is, even though what you're saying is correct, at least give man the opportunity to get there. That's all I'm saying. Give man the chance to play there. We're going.
because I think this is can play out similar. It's funny how it's called Super League as well. This might play out similar to the Chinese one, fam, where man are doing it for the P's just for a short amount of time, but they end up sacrificing certain things, and that's how the Chinese Super League was. Them man like Oscar and Hulk and all that, they went there when they were in the Brazil team. When they went there after that, because their level had dropped so much, they were in the Brazil team no more. Do you get what I'm saying? And they knew that was something that was coming with it. But when you ask these man, they'll tell you, yeah, I'm financially secure for the next however many long. You know what I'm saying? So you've got to look at it. Some players are going to have to look at it on a serious note. Like, I won't be surprised if certain men are saying who play for lesser teams are like, well, yeah, well, I'm not going to get to a World Cup. I'm not, or even if I do, you know what I mean? We'll get battered. We'll play three games and I'll get battered and I'll be out. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Why don't I just go here for this money? And this is what you have to understand. This is more of a thing of society and morals. They've done this at the right time with how society is very money based. If you would have done this in even the early 2000s, a lot of players would have just shut off from it anyway. It wouldn't, like, even the clubs wouldn't have entertained it. It's all money now. So there's no, as they've shown you, there's no loyalty. They're not even loyal to the league they're in. Check this one out.
They're not even loyal to the league that's helped them get there. Like,
here's the thing,
and they're talking.
They're not even
exactly.
They're not even loyal to the players who have got them there, bro. They've not even told the players, fam. Do you get what I'm saying? Imagine that's like my work telling me now. That's like my work telling me, oh yeah, next week we're moving to Japan. You coming? Like, right, whoa, you know what I'm saying? No, just something out of the blue like that, which can totally mess up everything. They've not told him anything. Like someone like Rashford, someone like a Bruno, for instance. If you put that question to Bruno is in a golden generation of Portuguese players. If they say to him, you can't play in this competition, he might go, all right, safe, I'll leave then, because this is my chance to do something with Portugal. Do you get where I'm coming from? So
the fact that you see what you just said there, the fact that they're posing this question to players is wrong in itself. Why is Bruno having to answer that? Why is any player, and this is not just a Manchester United thing, even though it's ManDem United, I'm talking any player out of the top six. Why is any player having to deal with this? It's absolutely. Why is Harry Kane, let's use him as an example, why is he having Jordan Henderson? They're two players who are most likely nailed on to go to the next Euros and the World Cup. Why are they now being posed that question where they have to pick between club or country? You're taking away the Premier League, the Champions League, FA Cup, the League Cup, and international, and the Euros and the World Cup, all for this European Super League. And like you said, morally, it's so wrong. And like I said, it's got so many implications and layers to this, because what it does for the rest of the pyramid, what it does for the rest of the Premier League, what it does for all teams in the Championship, League One, League Two, and all the way down to grassroots. Yes, we know Broads touched on it, and he said UEFA and FIFA are crooks. And this is why I tweeted out what I tweeted out. We know they're crooks. We know they're corrupt. We know the FA don't give a shit. That's not ever.
Do you know what it is with them, man? Why they're so burnt? You know why they're so burnt?
Because they're losing money. Yeah.
It's because they're losing money. But it's literally
that's what it all comes down to.
Well,
money makes
back to my
money
makes. But my point about them is, even though they're fighting the fight for a different reason, the fact that you put UEFA in, you know how you know this is wrong. UEFA, FIFA, and Boris Johnson are on the moral high ground. That's how bad.
Exactly. The pagans are mad that they've been out paganed. That's what it is. The pagans have been out paganed.
What I'm saying is they're mad at it.
That's what it is.
I'm glad they're getting a taste of their medicine. But what I'm saying is the fact that I agree with you. I never agree with UEFA's morals. I'm like, I can fully see where you're coming from on this. Is it wrong what they've done?
Nah.
Yes. Is it wrong?
Why I can't? But you know why I can't agree with UEFA? Because this is the same thing that they've been doing, selling these World Cups to these things. They're just as corrupt, bro. So it's just that man's doing the corruption thing and they're not involved. They're the most corrupt. And they're like, why, you left me out the corruption? That's all it is. So then they've tried to come on this moral thing. Exactly. They can't have no morals. It's literally because they've been outdone at the wrong game. If you outdo a criminal, with crime, man feels hurt. He's like, wow, this is my thing. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got no other means of doing anything. You can't out-crime a criminal and think he's going to be happy, bro. These men are criminals. These men are criminals in suits and have been outdone, and they don't. That's what it is. They don't like it. That's as simple as it is. Because it's funny how they've come out with this new Champions League thing all of a sudden. Do you get what I'm saying? So you clearly knew about this thing was coming, and you've tried to come with your remix. You get what I'm saying? But man have already signed on and got their P's and that. So I have no sympathy for UEFA and all these people because you let these people in. They had to come to you to take over these clubs in the first place. You let them in, and their money was good for you then. Yeah. Now their money's going elsewhere. You're feeling burned.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
But that being said, with all that's going on, at least with the way it was going on with, and I'm not a fan of UEFA or FIFA or anything. It was much more fair than this. You know what I'm saying? Like it was much more fair. The competitive nature was still there. Was it perfect? No. I don't think any sporting organization of any magnitude is fair, but at least theirs was fairer. Like it was much better than this. The Champions League is a miles better competition than this European Super League. It's a miles better competition. Miles better. The Premier League is much better than this European Super League. It makes it fair. This is what I'm saying. And that we're gonna. There's so many layers and so many things. But, go on.
You know one thing I was gonna say. So you see that Paris, even he was like, bro, we'll make our own World Cup if they don't let us like. Yeah, bro, this guy does not give two shits, bro. He's willing to take on UEFA and all of these mans, bro. He does not give it. Like, bro, and another thing is, that the Champions League are changing to the Swiss model now as well, bro. Like, which I don't know. How do you, man, feel about that? Because it's like they're obviously trying to use that for money as well, bro. Like, trying to milk as much games as possible now.
That's what it is. Everyone's trying to get their slice of the pie. Like, if Klopp was, as I said, Klopp was talking about yesterday, like, even if this European Super League thing is wrong, UEFA's in the wrong as well. Like they want to create more unnecessary games in an already packed out season to bring more revenue to UEFA. Whether it's the left hand or right hand that slaps you, they're all slapping you the same way.
Yes.
So whether it's the European Super, and we can't guarantee. For me, we have to see how this European Super League thing plays out because Perez is talking about how there's going to be it's not going to be close competition. I can't believe, like, for me, Perez is a crook. He's a crook.
They all crooks.
But at the same time, do we go back to the old hand that was slapping us the same way? But it's just,
you know what it is. The reason why it is to go back. It's hard to
for anybody in terms of moral.
They're all crooks.
Because there is no moral standpoint. But like I said, at least with UEFA and FIFA, it was a much more fair shot for everybody. It was a much more fair shot. This is completely unfair. This, like I said, takes away from the other 14 teams in the Premier League. This hits them. That's my whole point with this. You can't just take away. You just taking away, like, you just taking away a Merseyside derby. Just took it away, you know. You know what I'm saying? And there's so much things morally and there's so much things sporting wrong with this. At least with UEFA, yes, morally they were wrong, but sporting wise it was there. Anybody can get in the Champions League if you qualify. If you qualify for it, you have a fairer shot of getting into there. Now they've lessened with the whole European Super League. They're saying it's 5 teams. So that means it might be one place across all the domestic leagues or 2. You've cheapened it, and then these teams are much stronger. They can't get relegated. So what happens if you go into the European Super League and you win it, then you drop out? That's what they stay in it. You win it.
When we talk about how do we make it a spectacle, it's not going to be a spectacle if you know this game is coming up 5-10 times a season, wherever it is, and you're going to be seeing this game 5-10 years in a row. These teams can't get relegated.
No, 100%.
I know I'm all for innovating in sports, but like you need to keep a competitive edge. Like
that's my point.
How many times have we, Man United fans, seen us face Real Madrid? I think 2 times in the last 20 years, if I'm correct. 2003, 2013.
Yeah, that is right. Pre-season, he's not on about
he's not about competitive. I'm trying to remember.
Competitive, I think that's about right.
But that's what makes those games so special. That's what makes Brazilian Ronaldo come in and scoring a hat trick. Beckham scoring a free kick. I remember watching that on ITV and that made them games there special. Ronaldo coming back and scoring the header he scored against. If you're getting it week in, week out, that just makes it's just regular then. And this whole top 6, what top 6 games been good this season? Somebody answer me that.
They've all been probably the Liverpool City one, and that's it.
Maybe. So 1 out of 10.
You bring up you bring up Champions League. You remember the Champions League being on ITV. That's another way that UEFA sold out the fans. They gave Champions League nights the BT, made us all pay. Like a whole generation has probably been lost because they've had to go on the rack goals or Total Sport Tech because to watch Champions League. Before games used to be on ITV, free to everyone.
It's true.
That's these are the biggest games, and these are free to everybody.
And this is why I said at the very start of this, and I'll say this, the idea of the Super League, I actually like. The idea of it, I like. It's just that the execution and the timing of it is disgusting. And the fact they can't even tell their manager and players about it is even worse. This is why I'm so dead against it. So dead against it. And it takes away the competitive edge. Ridiculous.
Do you know what it is as well? The simple fact that they've not told him, I honestly feel like there's more they've not told him. I feel like there's some really, there's something else. There's more to this than can meet the eye. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't see how you can make such a decision and not tell the people who are actually going to be implementing this league. This league is nothing without the players. You can go and get your Ed Woodwards, your Perez's, your Juventus chairman, all these chairmen, and sit them down in a room and make the decisions. But if the players ain't on it, like, all right, then imagine if they say this and UEFA says, oh, you have to leave. Imagine half the team's players leave. What are they doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, imagine we lose Rashford, Bruno. You know what I'm saying? All the big players from our team go, all the big Liverpool players go, all the big, you know what I'm saying? If that happens, it could backfire dramatically. Like, the fact they've not told him, it's almost like you've lied to people. It's their livelihood. You know what I'm saying? As much as the millionaire footballers and people, it shouldn't be, shouldn't feel sorry for them there. Nah, it's still your livelihood. You should still know what you're going to be doing in the next few years or next week, or do you get what I'm saying? It's like, all right then, even if
the players don't turn up for them.
And here's another thing as well. We're talking about taking it away from players. We're forgetting as well that they're taking this away from fans, because the plan is to put the games all across Europe, maybe even further, maybe out of the continent of Europe.
Well, I've heard this.
If me and JB want to go watch United versus Liverpool, we got to go to Dallas, Texas. Is that what you're telling me?
Apparently, there's going to be something like they're planning games in South Asia or somewhere. Yeah. And I seen someone comment like, you do know this will be like 2 a.m, fam. You know what I'm saying? Or something.
Imagine Man United playing in Pakistan, bro. That would be amazing.
Do you get what I'm saying, though?
We just got to go to Shanghai to see United versus Real Madrid and see Oli play 2 DMs. Yeah, is that what you're telling me?
Do you know what I'm saying? God. I'm not even getting onto the aspect of Manchester United in this league under that manager. I'm not even getting into that, bro. Because we need a whole new, we need a whole 3-hour special on that.
Ravi,
you know what I'm saying?
He can barely win 3 big games, let alone a Super League, bro.
Because this is Sarcasm City TV and it looking like they're trying to take our beautiful game away from us, we have to add some. I'm an arsehole. We're gonna add some jokes in there, innit? Like we're gonna add some jokes in there, innit? Because I've thought by our times like we gotta go watch Oli versus Arteta. You get me in Qatar. Is that what you're telling me in that? You know what I'm saying? I'll wake up at what we do watch alongs at 4 a.m. Yeah.
Oh,
bro, to watch these man playing Karachi or something.
By Disney Channel.
The
game is in disrepute.
You know what I'm saying?
Right now, disrepute.
You know what it is? You know what the maddest is as well? They literally took this American model. Don't be surprised if, next 2 years, man, are getting branded Manchester United Raiders or some madness. You know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly think that's coming. You know the way it's going the way, and I love how Leeds United tweeted it out. It's gonna be like the old Pro when they didn't have the license in it, Merseyside Red. Yeah, that type of thing. Yeah,
type of thing. That's what it's gonna be in it.
No, apparently there is something behind that as well, because it's all to do with player rights. And apparently, well, what they're not realizing, these people are breaking off from FIFA. FIFA have the player rights.
Yeah,
FIFA have the player rights. Well, so if you can't break off from the organization that has your rights that you've signed up to. Do you get what I'm saying? So man will literally be like that. Like when you were playing, what was it? Remember that old school FIFA and you couldn't have Ronaldo? Fat Ronaldo back in the day was called like Calcio or something, man.
Yes, I remember. Do
you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Literally, you might have to just call Rashford number 10. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they're actually doing. The FIFA have the rights. You get what I'm saying? To play football, you have to be registered with FIFA. So how can you break off from them? Yeah, after you've made these agreements and think these things are going to work. This is what I mean. That's why I think there's more coming to it, because I don't see how can these players now, how can this be Manchester United if they're not playing in Manchester no more? Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? How can it be?
As well is there's so many, I don't know the contracts and all the details, but I know there's breaches of contracts. So they're going to drag this out.
100%.
It's going to be a lot. You can't just up and leave a domestic league. You know what I'm saying? And that you can't just be like, you know what, we're just gonna leave the Premier League. Oh, we're gonna go play in another league. Go on.
No, but flawless. We're gonna
go for it.
No, you
Go on,
go
Hans.
through, bro.
The
No,
way
I
the
forgot what I was
government,
gonna
the
say.
Premier League, the FA, all of these are talking. You can tell they're trying to drag this out as long as possible. Whether they're successful with it or not, they're gonna try to drag this out so they can't leave just like that. Because they're saying they want to start the Super League in August, which is only a couple months. If they manage to start in August, then Premier League is in trouble. So you know they're gonna try to drag it out.
Well, is that what they say in August? I thought this is like some...
No, fam. They're saying that's what makes it worse. And the worst thing that people are missing is when Sky Sports, they did it yesterday, and they put up the statement that the European Super League put out, and they put in the statement, this is how arrogant these people are, that five teams will qualify via their domestic leagues. But yet you're at odds with the domestic leagues. You haven't agreed with the domestic leagues. You get me about this, but they put that in the statement. That's
Do you know why though? Do you know why?
Yeah,
Do you know why they're so arrogant? Because they've seen how FIFA have played things. See these people who are setting up this league. There's a lot of things what they will know, what we don't know. So they will probably know. Exactly. Yeah, throw some money at him, and we've got him. That's what it is.
That ties into the whole Ed Woodward. The UEFA president came out and said Ed Woodward snaked me, etc., and all that.
Bro, did you not see what he said about the Juventus one? He's apparently, I think, I don't know if I've got this right. Either the UEFA president is the Juventus one's godfather, or vice versa of his child. So they're actually tight brethren. And he must have said to him a few days before, "I've heard of like this on the grapevine. Is this happening?" My man turned to him and said, "Nah, what you on about?" And then boom, a few days later, yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? A few days later, it's all come out. So this is what I'm saying. The fact that they're being so snaky like that shows to me there's more to it. It's almost, I won't be surprised if they have sold these football clubs. I'm not even joking. I won't be surprised if they have sold these clubs in some sort of way. Because I don't see, apparently it's a 23-year contract, a very odd number as well. God, how have you agreed?
That is very strange. Why 23 years?
Yeah, like how have you agreed a contract? Yeah, without telling, how have you agreed? You basically sold these players, down the road, and you've said 23 years, but you've not told him, bro. You've not told one player. Like, how can you do that? So this is where I'm trying to say, I think there's more to it. There's a lot more to it that we don't know, and we're going to find out because look how fast-paced this all accelerated from that half time again in our last game. You get what I'm saying? How fast has all of this now come up? And I was saying this to my boy today in work. I said, you know what? See, like everyone was saying about, Wenger predicted this. I said, nah, them man got approached back then. Them man got approached back then. Them man, you don't just predict, there's going to be a Super League. No, they got approached. And it probably got pushed back, or some things weren't in right. This has been in the works for a very long time, I think, because I don't see how it could just come out of the blue.
This would happen. Wenger been known. He said, what did he say? I think back in 2009, he said the clubs are spending so much, and the revenue just isn't matching it. So eventually, they're gonna have to do something to come and corral all of this revenue in order to match their spending. He was right. Because these clubs. They're in trouble. We look at Barcelona. Like before this thing, there was talks of them going bankrupt. Like they couldn't pay their players. All of a sudden, this Super League thing has agreed. They've got a £3.5 billion stimmy. Now they're all without this Super League, a lot of these big clubs would be in big trouble.
Well, that's what I mean. Apparently, Juventus are trying to get rid of Ronaldo as well because they can't afford him.
It's you know what I'm saying? If these big clubs are on trouble, and I think Neeks said this on Twitter, salute to Neeks, that's on them. You man have been juggernauts in this thing for the yonks. Juventus, AC Milan, Inter Milan, Real Madrid, Barcelona. If you're in debt, that's on you. Something went wrong with you. You are juggernauts.
Look at how are you in debt? Check this. How are these men in debt when a men's kit is £100? No matter where you are in the world, £100, €100, and you're telling me you're selling millions of them. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Like a season ticket is a man. I'm saying this: a season ticket's a man's monthly wage, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So a man's working for a month, giving you his full monthly wage for a season ticket, and you're getting that from how many thousands of people? You're getting all this money from. They're just greedy. It's simple greed. The only one that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The only one who are stupid is Barcelona because seems like every penny they've made, they just give Messi. Do you know what I mean? So they're just on some idiot thing.
No, but
Go on,
JV, let me just say this, yeah. You see, like, teams like Barcelona, these men are desperate, bro. As soon as they had 400 million, they're taking that, bro. Even Inter Milan, yeah, they're going through some money crisis as well, bro. They're taking that, bro. You know what it is? With the Super League, they know that they can capitalize off some of these teams, yeah. And they know some of these teams' financial situations. They're like, let's screw it. Even Tottenham, bro, yeah. Like, we're gonna take advantage of you, man. You see Florentino Perez, yeah, he's come out thinking he's like Don Corleone or something like that, saying, yeah, Real Madrid, we lost out on 400 million, bruv, and it's like no one was there to help us, bruv. Bruv, you're Real Madrid. Find something to do at the end of the day, bruv. Why are you trying to? They're always trying to victimize themselves. You know what's the mad thing? These clubs try and victimize themselves. Like, oh, look at me, I've been hurt. Oh, fine, COVID.
Like their broke pocket, innit?
Yeah, and you know what the worst thing is? Apparently, like clubs like Man United have been most stable through this whole COVID period. But other teams have been worse than us, bro. You should be thankful for your bloody situation, bro. Instead, yeah, you want to get more money in your pocket for some dead ass league, bro, yeah, and ruin the whole of football.
Here's the thing.
And you know what the worst thing is, JV, yeah? Like, the man at Perez comes up with these statements like, oh, I'm trying to reduce the game, yeah. He came into that interview thinking he was the Don, bruv. Like, it was basically like a FU in it to all these football organizations. Like, you're not gonna stop me, bruv, innit? Exactly.
Do you know what it is though? You see how all these people are acting, yeah? I honestly believe they're acting like this because they've been around these people for so long and they know deep down, when you man see this bag of money, what these man have got for you, you're gonna shut up and you're gonna let me do what I want. That's why. That's what I think it is. I honestly think from when they're saying,
you sounded too confident. You sound I can't not.
JV,
not gonna go
you know why?
Trust me.
You know why they're so confident about it, and they did, like I said, it's just the audacity of everything they've done to the point where they've not even told their own staff and their own manager. The reason you're successful, the reason why you're in this competition and eligible for it, is based off the back of these players.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Before you, and you don't even have the decency to say, "All right, we're literally going to be turning the footballing world upside down." You're not going to be in Liverpool no more. You're not going to be in Manchester no more. You're not going to be in London no more.
Ed Woodward going on like he can score you 40 goals a season. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that, bro. You ain't got 20 assists in you, fam. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got clean sheets in you. You ain't. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no mad centre back stats where, you know what I'm saying, you're keeping all these clean sheets with the goal. You know what I mean? No, and that's the thing.
Do you think you're like Bruno could score 25 penalties in a season? I doubt it.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? These man, that's what it is, and that's why I think it's money, because I think they know. You see what it is? Their man have been there. These man have seen these set blatters and all these man. They've probably been in these meetings where someone's coming in with a shady suitcase and this decision gets made, and they know how that side of the thing rolls on that side of the fence. That's why they're not bothered. Because if you read it, this JP Morgan and them, they've been trying to do this type of thing for ages. They tried to get United back in the day. Do you get what I'm saying? The whole Sky thing, Rupert Murdoch, they've tried this time ago. A lot of people don't remember. Sky tried to buy United. I think it was either after the treble winning season or just before or around that time, and it got blocked by the government. Do you get what I'm saying? Because back then they probably seen it and realized and thought, wait, wow, we can't afford this to happen. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, same DG says, same players who collecting 300k a week can't be against clubs. Nobody is against the clubs making money. Nobody, not one of us four. I can speak for all four of us on here and everybody else as well. Nobody's against the clubs making money. Our issue with that is you're making the money but fucking over everybody else. That's my issue with it. I keep saying this and I say this again. The idea of the Super League is okay. The execution and the timing is absolutely terrible.
You know,
I honestly believe.
Go on.
I honestly believe,
you go first, bro. You go first.
Yeah. I honestly believe, you know, if these men come with that idea to UEFA and thingy, and they all sat down around the table, we would have this now in place. I think UEFA are just feeling away and FIFA because they've gone behind the backs. That's all it is. And
that's my issue with it is it could have worked. If you really wanted to do this, it could have worked properly and had this somehow revamped.
Yeah, but you know what it is. See with business. See if I can either put an idea to you and then you demand, or I can hold you ransom and then I get what I want. Yeah, that's what they've done. They've held them to ransom.
Yeah, they've held them to ransom. But I think one thing,
he wants to turn the football upside down. He said that.
Yes.
Your monopoly's ending and it's like it's our time now. So he's
not in
the business of negotiating with like. He's not. 100%. He knows UEFA and FIFA have been in control for so long. they've been eating the way they've been eating for years on years and years.
Yeah.
And now he knows that it's like when we talk about the big clubs, it's Real Madrid, it's the Man Uniteds that hold the power, it's them that's got the money. They're saying it's their time now. It's their time to
they're like, bun it, we'll do what we want now.
You know what it is? You see them clubs? I reckon all these clubs who are in the league have more money than FIFA and UEFA.
Oh, 100%.
That's what it is.
100%.
So it's...
If you go to any part of the world and say Manchester United or you say Real Madrid,
they know what you're talking about.
There'll probably be 1 in 3 people at least knows who Manchester United or Real Madrid are.
100%. I'd say 2 out of 3, bro. I'd say 2 out of 3. I know exactly
Real
what you
Madrid,
mean.
Barcelona, 3 biggest clubs.
You go to any part of the world and you say UEFA and FIFA, it don't ring out the same.
And here's the thing: I'm not saying consult Devante. This is where he's getting this mistaken, and that's common decency. That's what that is. I'm not saying consult. I'm saying tell. You get me? If I'm working at a place, like JV made the great point, that's like him going into work tomorrow and his manager going, you know what, we're going to Japan next week. Are you coming in there?
They're
like right, you could have told me this. It's been in the work. It's been in the works for 6 months, but you know we're just off to Japan. Like right, you could have told me this 6 months ago. And that I'm not saying consult. I'm saying more. And this is the problem right here: is that it's a common decency. And morals are out of the window, and that's not just in sport. That's just in life in general. And this is a prime example. So because they have billions of pounds, they can just treat people how they want. No, it's wrong. End of the day, wrong is wrong enough. Go on.
Well, this is what I'm saying. That's why it's a society thing. That's why this can only work today. This can only work in today's day and age.
Exactly.
Like I even said, they tried to do it back in the day to buy United. Sky tried to buy United. How unfair!
But I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Rupert Murdoch. He tried to buy, and the government blocked it. It might have even been earlier than the treble. You know, it was proper back in the day. I remember it. They tried to buy, and it was going through, and it got blocked. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm sure that JP Morgan he's always, this JP Morgan thing is always in and around.
That does happen though, doesn't it? Common decency is hard to find. Nah, it's really not. It's just that people accept it. Common decency, and when it's not happening, you should strike back in that. You get me? Just because you're a billionaire doesn't mean you're allowed to treat people in a set way. Doesn't mean you're allowed to shit on so many things in that. I'm not gonna personally, I'm not accepting that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much you're worth.
Exactly.
I'm not accepting that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, go on, Harris.
Now, essentially, what Man United have done is like, bro, pack your bags. You're coming here with us. We don't care. We literally own you, bro, because we pay you this, and that. Yeah, players have no say, bro, at the end of the day. Yeah, and the sad thing is, like, I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Florentino Perez there, bro. He looks like a smart motherfucker. I can't lie to you, bro. This guy knows what he's doing at the end of the day. He's been planning this for years, bro. Probably more than 10 years, yeah. And he's probably finding the right time to probably do this shit, yeah. He's gone in, yeah. He's come in and made all these claims like, bro, I'm gonna do this, and that, yeah. The truth is, I think he's gonna go ahead, bro, at the end of the day, because there's way too much money for it to not go ahead now. And that's the thing. We all don't want it to happen. And the sad thing is, I think no matter what we do, yeah, and they're gonna capitalize off the fact that we're in the coronavirus periods where everyone's in lockdown, where no one can meet, where no one can do these gatherings, yeah, because they know, yeah, the government have set some legislations, yeah, where you can't free mix with hundreds and thousands of people and fines again. People don't want to risk that, innit? So they know that people will be indoors and they're just gonna have to suck it up indoors while they go through with it in August, yeah. And Flawless, you know how you're saying you don't like they could have improved the execution, bruv. You see, even if they done it in the right execution, it means less money for them, bruv. They're gonna choose the execution which makes them the most money at the end of the day.
And that makes it even worse because it's already it's already the biggest money spinner in football if it was, because DG says they tried to do it with UEFA, but UEFA was playing hardball. But they could have done it separate from UEFA if that's the case, just in a fair and correct manner. In that. You didn't have to shit on everybody in the manner in which you've done.
No, but I
think it's so deep in now. Like as we said, that this has not been new. That this has been planned by these owners. That it's so deep in now that literally the fans can't have an effect on it. As much as we want to have an effect on the decision or whatever, that it's gone beyond the fans because this is a multi-billion-dollar, billion-pound thing. So it's gone beyond the fans now. It's literally the last barrier to this happening is literally just the players. Unless the players decide they're not going to take the pitch, this is going through and this is happening. It's literally only the players that's got enough power to say.
And one thing I will say is I pray the players do that, because the fact that I've seen pretty much 99% of fans, the only fans who are for the Super League are fans talking from a place of privilege. I want to say fans that are in this, because your club will be all right. If you're a United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs fan, you will be all right. You've missed out there. Yeah. Liverpool, United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs, City, that's it. I missed out City. If you're a fan of one of those 6 clubs, you're all right in that. But it's like, all right, because I'm all right, it's okay, but we're just going to fuck over everybody else, and that's all right. Like, no, that's not all right. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro, that's not okay to shit on. Like, you can't do that to lesser sides and that. Why are teams, sorry to cut you off, Harris, I'll let you go on and say, why are teams trying to get promoted to the Premier League? Because it's a big money spinner that keeps their club afloat. Why are teams trying to go from League 1 to the Championship? Why are teams trying to go from League 2 to League 1? Why are teams trying to go from the conference up into the football leagues? Why did Gary Neville and the whole class of 92 take over Salford? Was to try and bump up the leagues to get there and keep clubs afloat. How many people have they give jobs to? And I'm not just talking players, I'm saying in general. How many people have they give jobs to just in the Salford and Manchester area and that? Like, these things people have to think of. You know what I'm saying in that? Like, how many people have they helped in the city of Salford?
No, 100%.
Like, all that type of stuff. Like, and then it passed down and it goes from generations to generation. But it's mad. Go on. I could talk. I'm my head hot in it.
No, but you see with them fans that just think, yeah, we're all right, we're gonna watch our team, bro. Essentially, what it is your house on the road is calm, but every other house is set on fire, bro. And you're not paying attention to that, bro. And essentially, all these houses on fire, like Everton and Leicester, these man, bro, it's like it's gonna hurt them so much, And I look at it like this. Another thing is, Flores, you're saying the players are gonna speak out, bruv. Money talks at the end of the day, and unfortunately, I have a feeling where they're gonna be like, bro, we're gonna put you on these bad boy NBA contracts here, where these players aren't gonna say no to, bro. And it's gonna be too much money to refuse, The thing is, there might be 1 or 2 players who might be against it, but the majority will be for it. If you look at the end of the day, if majority are on board, it doesn't matter, bro. You could that's the sad reality of this situation.
Yeah.
Shit's good. So it's like, bro, Flores, the players here, bro. The players will have their meetings. UEFA will be like 500k a week for all you, man, bro. What are you telling me?
Yeah, no, it's true. Imagine man who are on say 50k now. And they literally go, right, you come along with this, you're on 400k, 500. Come on, man. Yeah, them man are picking it from.
Yeah, the majority of
Dan James on 400k, bro. He's taking that, bro.
No. The majority of them, man, I agree with you. The majority of them, man, all of them are taking that. No, because I don't think everybody can be bought. And then that's when you start to create a divide, because all it takes is for 2 players out of everyone, all the players of all the 6 clubs all it takes is 2 players to be like,
all right, but hear this.
Wait, but Flawless, have you heard the saying, everyone has a price, you just got to slap enough money on it, bro? And that's
but here's the thing. This is what people have to start thinking. Yeah? All right, then. So say, for instance, this thing goes ahead, and these men want to leave, Imagine all these big players. Sorry, PSG can't afford every single one of these. Bayern Munich can't afford every single one of these. Are these men you telling me these men are going to stay so true that Pogba's going to go play for a Leicester? No, bro.
No,
do you get where I'm coming from? Do you think there's with these big clubs being taken out of it, there's nowhere else for these men to go? That's what this is why I'm trying to say it's going to work.
It's going to go through. I think them players, personally, I think the players we're talking about, Stro, I'm going to hit you with the link, one sec. Number 2, mods, nobody be beefing in the comments, relax, man, innit? Like, you man can disagree, calm, but like, don't be beefing in the comments. I don't know, I just seen it, innit? Yeah. But just chill out. Yes, like Harris is saying, it's all love. You can see us disagreeing on here. It's all love between all of us, you know what I'm saying? So you lot keep it like that in the comments. Get the likes up as well, man. Well, you're getting content like this. Get the likes up on the video, subscribe, roll to 3,000 subscribers for Sarcasm City TV, and make sure you subscribe to the Final Third also, because that's where you can catch Banks as well in it. You can see it there in his bio, the Final Third, and make sure you follow him across all his platforms too. But as I was saying, I could see these players taking a cut to do it, definitely in that. If you're on 200k a week, they'll definitely.
It's not even the cut, bro.
Some will.
It's not even the cut, bro. It's not even the cut. It's who. I'm telling you now, Bruno's not going to play for Leicester. Yeah. It's not a PSG can't afford every single one of these. Bayern Munich can't. Even a Dortmund. If you think about if there's a huge exodus, there could be at least, so what? There's how many teams in here? 12 teams. Yeah. 12 teams. If we say See, there's 12 teams, 5 players from each team. Just say the 5 biggest players. There could be a lot more. That's 60 players, bro. That's 60 players. You know what I'm saying? Man can't afford all of them players.
No, the reason why I don't think it's going ahead though is because I think UEFA and FIFA are lawyered up to the death, and what they'll do is they'll drag this out and make sure this can't go ahead in that.
I think I think it goes ahead. I think they negotiate. I think we probably lose. I think we probably lose something like the League Cup or the FA Cup, and I think this competition goes ahead. I swear to you. That's what I honestly think. I think we lose a competition like that, and that goes in the place of it. And then they might work out. If they throw in a relegation thing in that, I'm telling you that competition is a goal. If they throw a relegation thing in that, it's a goal.
You know what? You know what?
Trying to negotiate from here, they're finished.
Yes,
taken such a hard line stance where
facts.
No, there's no way this is happening.
No. And the reason
they're finished.
Exactly. You know one thing I will say, and you know what, and bro, to accommodate for like these Leicesters, they'll make a second league, bro. These man don't give a shit. They'll go and do it, bro. Like then they'll make a second league. They'll make a second tier European, and they'll be like, yeah, you can get promoted. This and bullshit, yeah, because they can change the ideas, bro. They're like, bro, screw it, bro. This is our time.
One thing they won't do is a relegation thing, because that's one of the biggest selling points. But they said from the start, the American owners have said we don't get the concept of relegation, and that will not. I guarantee that will definitely not happen. They won't add relegation to it. They won't add relegation. I don't see it happening though. I can see this falling through. There's too much backlash. There's too much. And don't get me wrong, people. Again, I'm not a fan of UEFA or FIFA, but with them, I understand it that even though they're coming at it from a different reason, I agree with them 100% what they're saying on this. This is fucked up. It's messed up on so many things. Go on, fam.
Just a quick one. I'm gonna have to dip my fingers. But yeah, shout out everyone on the stream. Shout out Banks. Make sure you go lock into the final third. Everyone. Like, share, and subscribe. Go check his stuff out now. Check out my brother Harris. You don't know what Flawless is on. He's going to do 500 more streams before the next time you see me again. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you all lock in, and keep it all friendly in the comments, because man can't do virtual punches anyway. So chill out, you lot. But bless everyone, no flow.
Love my bro.
Big up, man. Big up every time. Big up to JV and that. Stro, I'm literally DMing you the link now on Twitter, fam. Give me a sec. I'm literally sending it through to you now for you to jump on. But like I was saying, there's many reasons why I don't see this working. And there's multiple ones I've mentioned as to why I don't believe it's going to happen. And even from just the international thing and that, moral standpoint and that, yes, money, a lot of players will jump at the money. I totally understand that. But then it's going to create a divide. And I don't see them coexisting with the Premier League as well. Go on, Harris, go.
Bruv, watch, I reckon in a couple of weeks you're gonna see something. If they are very, very serious with it, and the players that don't agree, you'll see them frozen out the squad, bro. They'll do something like that to get them on board, bruv. Because you know what it is, some players will be like, the thing is, bro, they'll be harsh, bruv. If players aren't agreeing, they'll be like, all right, you're not playing, and then the players will be like, shit, I want to play. So they're gonna be in a situation where they're forced to. That's
I get what you said. Nah, they're not forced to. Then that takes away from it being the Super League, because now you don't have the players. That's the whole point of the European Super League, is the biggest players and the biggest names. So now if you take away that league, the biggest players are rap. You're going to watch it for Dan James, fam, and Maguire.
Bro, listen, bro. None of that, fam. I'm not trying to... Bro, you know when you tell me Harry Maguire is going to be in the Super League, bro? Can you imagine, bro? Man will be cooking him on a weekly, bro. Like, on a level, bro. And, this is what I was going to... Nah, big up, bro. Big up,
big up, Broads every time, man.
Big up, Broads as well, bro. My guy. Now, I was gonna say, what it is, you know how much it messes up with transfers, because essentially, everyone's rivals now in the Super League. Because, for example, when Chelsea do that Hazard transfer, and like the Ronaldo transfer to Real Madrid, or Suarez going from Liverpool to Barca, Coutinho. Bruv, it's going to mess up the market so much, and I reckon clubs are going to be less reluctant to sell certain players, because now everyone's competing against each other, bruv, and this is the problem, bro. So the whole market's going to be done. I think youth academies low-key seem a bit finished, because if they're going to pull, look at it this way, if they're going to eject, because apparently there's apparently they're saying that they're gonna remove like these teams from the Premier League. If they do that, why going for the Premier League 2 teams then? Because then it's like
That's my
Man United in the Premier League 2, they might be like, bro, your youth academy can't play no more, yeah? And what happens to the youth academy players? But these men get frozen out, bro. It's peak, bro. So it's a lose-lose situation, bro, apart from the owners, bro. But you know what it is, yeah? Money talks at the end of the day, bro. And watch, bro, like, it's sad, but all of these things will go through, brother. Like, I have a feeling it will happen. Like,
Yeah,
and
man,
no
but
matter
what
how much we complain, these men will go through it because there's too much money to not go through with it at this point.
I
But
hear
we
what you're
can
saying about the
complain,
money. The
and you know
players
what the
have the
worst?
power to stop it.
No,
The
you're saying
players
the
can stop it.
You're saying the players have the power, yeah.
Mhm.
In Man United, yeah, like, bro, I think Rashford and Bruno are the only ones coming out, bro. Like, not many players are. It's not like majority of the player
No.
squads are coming out.
It's not majority, but it's new. One thing I do know is the same person who reported about Jordan Henderson, which Stroll's going to get onto in a sec. Big up Stroll in the building. My brother Stroll meet Harris, meet
Big
Banks
up
for the
Stroll,
final
man.
third. Also, Stroll's with me on From a Third Eye View on Mondays on Pi Radio. Liverpool fan people, and first Liverpool fan ever on ManDem United. But you know, that's
Setting
what
a
this
record,
European
bruv.
that's what this European Super League is doing. You get what I'm saying? This is uniting rival
Yeah,
fans. Like
ESL.
I'm fully with Jordan Henderson. I was talking about Jordan Henderson's had a meeting with the other captains and that. The fact that is uniting, I'm for that. And supposedly Harry Maguire confronted Ed Woodward about this all as well. So it's like players are not going to be happy about this because you're
And
taking
you know,
away the Premier League, you've taken away the Champions League, potential World Cups and Euros alongside the FA Cup and League Cup, and you've done it at this part of the season. Everybody, bar Liverpool, right now in the country, the top teams are playing for something. United had a European trophy that they was aiming for. Arsenal had a European trophy. Chelsea were chasing 2 trophies. City were chasing 3 trophies. And you just wiped it out. Just wiped it out. And they even notified them. Well, yeah, go on, Stroll. Give us your thoughts. And then we're actually going to get onto Klopp and them. Go on.
So, Henderson basically, once again, showing that he's the ultimate leader in English football. I don't want to hear any talk about Harry Kane, England captain, none of that nonsense. When it came to the NHS and giving a fund to the NHS, it was Jordan Henderson at the front of it. When it comes to this shit kicking off, Jordan Henderson is the one that's trying to organise the troops and make sure that this shit gets sorted immediately. So the meeting's tomorrow.
Okay.
So the meeting's tomorrow, but I've been listening to what you've been saying, yeah, and this is the thing. So it doesn't need all the players. It doesn't need all the players.
It doesn't.
It needs some. So, for example, James Milner last night, he was Liverpool captain at the time, captain for that game. Came out, I don't like it. Klopp, I don't like it. You then see Bruno Fernandes resharing Prodence's post. He doesn't like it. Rashford this morning doesn't like it. But then what you're forgetting is, if you look at Liverpool squad specifically, Andy Robertson, Scotland captain. Virgil van Dijk, Holland captain. Mane, Senegal captain. Salah, Egypt captain. There's a recurring theme. For the likes of Salah and Mane specifically, that's their dream as a kid to become their country's captain, and you're going to take it away from them. And one thing which no one's talked about, which I find fascinating, player contracts. They'll have certain incentive and clauses, Champions League based and Premier League based. That's now a breach of contract. They are now in a breach of contract. So this is the issue that clubs are now going to start facing is, if I'm Virgil van Dijk and I've got a specific clause in my contract, which I know he has, with regards to Champions League football, incentive bonuses around Premier League and stuff like that, and we're no longer in them competitions, I now can't fulfill that contract. You're now in a breach of contract. Then what happens?
This is that. That's my whole point. Is a whole kind of worms. And when I said it doesn't need all of the players for it to go ahead. No, it can still go ahead. What I'm saying is it loses its luster. If all of the top players don't go for Liverpool, we'll just use Liverpool because that's your club. If Salah and Van Dijk, say for instance, those two decide not to go, that takes a hit. You know what I'm saying, in terms of branding, in terms of it being a Super League, because there's no go on.
No, but this is the point as well. Is let's say the players go on strike. I've heard many people like, you're going to get so much amount of money, you're going to be able to just get new players. So you're able to replace a whole squad like that and be successful in this European Super League. No, like, it's nonsense. And this is what I mean. So I don't know if you've seen the report. Basically, Liverpool's CEO Billy Hogan basically came out and emailed the staff talking about this is the future. This is representing the future of Liverpool to make sure that Liverpool continues. Now, it's nonsense. You see Klopp last night. and segueing on to obviously the incident between him and Gary Neville.
Which is a lovely segue.
I've never felt so sorry for a man in my entire life. All the 6 clubs in England, so obviously Solskjaer had a bit of it, but this is after all the facts were there. Everyone knew exactly what was going on. Clubs came out and made statements. None of the managers were informed. None of the players were informed. Klopp's then the first manager to be put out in front of the media, knowing that he's going to get criticised, knowing that he's going to get questions on it. He's got a game which was important for us yesterday in terms of top 4. All he wants to do is focus on trying to get his team ready. And he's been blindsided by the owners, which he's come out and openly praised over the past couple of years because of the way that they've managed Liverpool and they put them in the right direction. Liverpool fans specifically, Liverpool is different than many other clubs. And the reason why is because the fans unite together. Look at Hicks and Gillette. We got Hicks and Gillette out of there. And another American owner because of how badly they were running that club. When it came time to get them out, Liverpool fans got them out. Look at the Hillsborough disaster, all the stuff that Liverpool have been through as a club and as a fan base. That's why Klopp picked Liverpool, because it suited his morals, it suited his thoughts on life, his thoughts on football. Bill Shankly, one of the most underrated men in managing history in terms of Britain, alongside, not saying Alex Ferguson, because obviously Alex Ferguson's my goal and I'm a Liverpool fan, he was one of the best ever managers, but like Bill Shankly had that impact where he revolutionised Liverpool as a city and as a community. And Klopp represents everything that we love about Liverpool at the moment. And to see him go through that, and he feels personally attacked because Leeds obviously were protesting last night, rightfully so, but he's then trying to protect his players. And he's in an unbelievable situation where FSG have hung him out to dry, Glazers have hung him out to dry, Abramovich have hung him out to dry. All the 6 clubs in England specifically, because he was the first one that's thinking it, all of the managers have been left hung out to dry, and he feels personally attacked now. I understand where he came from with regards to the "You'll Never Walk Alone" thing, because I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans kicking off about it. But if you actually listen to what Gary Neville said, it was, how can John Henry use the ethos of "You'll never walk alone" when you're walking into the European Super League? That's all that he said. Klopp is such a passionate man, and he's very emotional in terms of this Super League goes against everything.
Just a clicking noise. That's why I muted you, Banks. That's all in it. But sorry, Stroll, to cut you off.
No,
I unmute yourself when you want to chat anyway. Yeah, it was just a clicking noise. Go on, Stroll.
So this European Super League goes against everything that Klopp believes in terms of life, in terms of his managerial career, in terms of his football career, how he views football, how he views society. And then you watch him last night, and you could just see him slowly start to break because he realised that he's just been left to dry, and it's disgusting to see.
It's disgusting. I'm going to get onto that. I'm going to give my thought. Let me just get to this comment from Devante, though. He says, but don't you think these clubs knew about the contracts before launching it? No, we don't have all the info yet. Here's the thing, though. Did the clubs know about the contracts? Of course they did. Did they think about it? No, because they don't care. Listen to what I'm saying, Devante. And when Sky put out the European Super League, their announcement, one of their announcements was the 12 or 15 teams, however many teams are in it, teams can, from the domestic leagues, can qualify for it. Bear in mind, they're at odds with the domestic leagues. So the people they have issues with and are beefing with, and they've put that out in a statement, but they haven't confirmed that. There's been no conversation between the two of them. These people do not care. They didn't tell their managers about this. They didn't tell their staff. So are they aware of all these things? Yes. But simply because they have a lot of money, they don't care. That's my whole point on this. But yeah, go on, Stro.
No, and I'm just saying, like, that whole incident last night, like Neville said, that they're both fighting the same fight. Now, Klopp can't come out and publicly condemn it and say exactly what he wants to say. He's got to try and be political with it because he's still got players that he needs to think about who, they're on a good amount of money. But do you know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff which goes into it. And he couldn't say what he wanted to say. Nothing from FSG at all in terms of telling the team anything. I've heard nothing with regards to the Glazers talking to any of the players or the management. Nothing from City. It's disgusting.
Exactly.
But what Klopp, even though he has to be political, I'm not saying go kamikaze with it, but this is Klopp. This is Ollie. I know Ollie's doubtful he's going to say anything. He could easily say, I don't like it. I'm going to have a
Ollie's a puppet, bro. He's not going to do nothing, bro.
Like,
do you know why?
this is not the time to be quiet on these type of issues and that. Like, you can't be quiet in it. Like, why would you want to work for somebody who does that to you? That's what I want to know.
No, but flawless. Do you know what it is? It's complacency at the end of the day, and they capitalize. Bro, put it this way: Ollie's living his dream. He's Man United manager, yeah. Bro, the Glazers like him in it, because like, bro, he's in a situation where ideally, yeah, he can get away with mediocrity, not winning the trophies. Glazers are happy with that. At least he's doing. If he does the bare minimum and gets them like top 4, or if in this European Super League gets them to the playoffs, that's good enough for them, bro. At the end of the day, and you see these Glazers, they don't give a shit at the end of the day, bro. And what it is essentially like Banks said, they're leaving them players to hang out to dry, because essentially, yeah, bro, Devontae's right. Man's like Perez and Glazers knew while going for the player contracts. They just thought, yeah, what it is if you don't tell these man and you just slap it on them randomly, it's better, because it's like, bro, they're more confused. Like, bro, it sounds weird, yeah, but for them, it's better if they don't know, and then they find out with the rest of the world, yeah, because then they can just incentivize them, speak to them privately, get them on side. Like, bro, what it is with this whole Super League thing now is every day you're gonna hear a new piece of news. Every day you're gonna hear a new piece of news, and with regards to that, and the players are gonna come out more and more. But I think it's gonna be. I think we're in for a big summer, this summer as well. This is going to be interesting summer.
It's not the time to be, like I said, you can be politically correct, you can be quiet on it. What I didn't like about what Klopp said was Gary Neville didn't attack you.
Yeah.
He didn't attack your players. Like, that energy that Klopp had for Gary Neville needs to be directed at the owners, because the reason why Gary Neville's speaking, and he just didn't speak on Liverpool, he spoke on Manchester United, which is his own club as well. That was my issue with what Klopp said. Put rivalries aside, how much I dislike Liverpool and that. What Gary Neville said about both teams initially was spot on, and he said he holds Liverpool to a higher regard, as do I. You know what I'm saying? In that, I hold Liverpool to the highest of regards.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I trolled him in that, and all, but that's all for the rivalry purposes. But that energy that Klopp had for Gary Neville needs to go direct at your owners. The reason why Gary Neville's speaking on You'll Never Walk Alone is because of something your owners have done. You know what I'm saying? And that maybe emotions were, yeah, they are running high at that time, but direct it there, innit? How you blaming Gary Neville for certain your owners have caused them? Gary Neville didn't do this.
So it was a mixture of things. So obviously Klopp turns up, they're greeted by the boss, they're singing songs aimed at the players, which have got nothing to do with the players. Do you know what I mean? So obviously he's irritated by that. He then gets into the changing room. The shirts that pretty much shirts that Leeds United were wearing and left in the changing room. Now, because we've signed up to this Super League, Liverpool aren't going to wear them. United aren't going to wear them. City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs, they're not going to wear them top. Let's be real. So he's pissed off at the fact that they've been left in there as a dig at Liverpool, but it's like it's now once again going after the players. He doesn't like that. Klopp is the most protective of his players.
Exactly.
We've all joked about it where you hear some of his excuses in the game. He will never hang a player out to dry.
I understand that, but
no, I'm leading on to it. So then that happens.
Mm-hmm.
The game, obviously, we end up conceding late. He's irritated by that. The thing that irritated him the most...
Is this true? Wait, Veets, is this true? Breaking. Chelsea are preparing documentation to request withdrawal from the League. Hashtag NEVILLE BBC. Go on, carry on, innit? And they're saying Luke Shaw spoke on it as well. Big up Veets, man. You lot in the comments keep us posted, yeah? Shit, we are going to be here for 24 hours. Fuck, Go on, fam. Go on.
So then, obviously, there's that. Then obviously, there was a newspaper article which was put out, and it was basically they need to burn and die or something along those lines.
See, that's too far.
It's too far.
And that's what really, really, really wound Klopp up more than anything was that, because he was saying, look, this is too far. You're now starting to take personal. And then they said, then he brought on to Gary Neville, and then I hear Gary Neville mentioning You'll Never Walk Alone. At this point, emotions are high because of all the stuff that he's already mentioned. And he just said, I didn't like the fact that he referenced You'll Never Walk Alone. You don't understand what it's like. And what he meant by that is, listen, I'm the first to say, I don't know why he went at Gary Neville. What Gary Neville said was absolutely spot on. I love Klopp. I understand why he was emotional, but it's
I get it. Direct energy.
Wrong places.
Because you mentioned it about...
At the same time, you can't then come out and just go directly at FSG, because Klopp is one of them where he holds himself into a high regard in terms of anything he needs to say at FSG. he will do it face to face. Let's not get that mistaken.
Yeah,
But he's the most against this because he
Yeah.
was one of the first managers to ever speak out of it. And when he was interviewed last night, everyone thought he was going to bottle it. The first thing he said was, "My views haven't changed. I don't like it."
which
When
is
you hear
great.
that from a manager that
I-
is loved,
I love that. And all
I
he had to
respect
do,
that.
I like that, is stay on that. That's literally it. That's all man had to say on it. And that was that. And even when you speak about the Liverpool and Leeds fans going at the players and chasing the bus, that's because of the owners. The burn and die thing is too far. Again, that's
but
they're
that's
the
what I
cause
mean.
of all this. So
Yeah,
you
of
got
course,
Yeah,
but
he's
that's the point.
saying that's
He's
misdirected
irritated.
anger from the fans as well.
No, 100%.
yeah, because the fans have no one else to go at. You know what I'm saying? And
Flawless,
even though it's
Flawless,
misdirected,
this is what I'm saying because he's the only representation of Liverpool at that point. So he's pissed off because of the fact that all the energy is aimed at him and the players, all the media questions are aimed at him and the players, the T-shirts that are left out by Leeds are aimed at him and the players. Gary Neville, when he hears the comment, all this added up to one. He's frustrated because he can't say what he really wants to say, and he's the only one that's left to speak and represent the Liverpool. So he's pissed off more than anything. And like I said, I don't agree with the way that he went. But
this
yeah,
is real.
this is
Sorry, that's what I think. Let's go Chelsea, man. Let's go Chelsea, man. Fuck this whole European
United. I
League
just
and
saw
that.
a United report came out with it as well, bruv.
Let's go, man.
Apparently United are right at the forefront in terms.
Yeah. Of course, our pricks of Glazers out. Everybody, Saturday. Sorry to cut you off. Saturday, 3 p.m. People. Glazers out. No to the European Super League. There's a protest going on outside Old Trafford. If you can pull up, pull up. You don't have to be a United fan. I'm there in it. So pull up if you can pull up. Go on, straight.
So United, right? So JP Morgan are the ones who are financing this European Super League, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Ed Woodward used to work for JP Morgan in 1999. JP Morgan were the ones who helped the Glazers take over United in the first place. It's riddled with John W. Henry and specifically, obviously, Perez, because he's just trying to save Real Madrid. The fact that we're even giving Real Madrid and Barcelona a lifeline to try and earn some money after everything that they've done over the past God knows how many years is disgusting, by the way. It's riddled with Manchester United. They're the ones at the forefront now. There was rumours this morning with regards to a lot of clubs, or there's a few clubs who have English clubs who have signed up to the Super League who basically turned around and said that United and Liverpool have lied to them and this isn't what I thought it would be. So I knew that it was rumoured to be Chelsea and City. Don't be surprised if City fell through instantly. And then this is what I mean. Once you start losing a couple of things, then it's just like the dominoes. Everything just starts to trickle down, and there's no going back from it at this point.
Yeah, exactly that. That's exactly what it is. Let me actually. Obviously, I was gonna go further and mention Klopp and Neville, them going back and forth and that. But kind of Neville saying, "Nah, I haven't checked my Twitter, but you lot keep me posted and that." Here we go. Vita saying, "I grew up watching the Premier League and Champions League and fell in love with the sport watching. What my opinions are: two of the biggest club competitions in the world." Luke Shaw, facts. There's a protest happening right now at Chelsea live. Now it's live on YouTube. Salute to each and every
I've seen
fan
Rory's posted
that's out there. What's he saying?
No, it's just him at the actual thing. He's just basically posting videos. I've seen him at the actual protest.
Love that.
And Petr
Love
Cech,
that.
Big up the Chelsea fans.
Check's there.
Yeah, Petr Cech went out to the fans. I don't know what's happened or what's been said, but Petr Cech pulled up.
Yo, big up to everyone that's doing it.
It's causing madness, you know. It's
love
actually
to every fan of every club. I'm saying this. I don't care if you support United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs, Manchester City, or a club that's not involved in that. We all have to be in unison against this. I'm sorry, and I'm not for this. Are you waiting for again? I'm going to say this. Are you waiting for FIFA crooks? Yes. Are they to blame for this? Yes. Of course they are. We all know this, but that doesn't make this right. It doesn't make this right. Go on, fam.
I was going to say, can I ask you a question? Does everyone here support United?
Yeah.
It's ManDem United, fam. Of course.
Yeah,
you get special privilege because it's you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, obviously, because it's me. Now, what I'm saying is, so it's like, because I've seen a lot of comments talking about it. I've seen a lot of like, oh, I can't believe Liverpool and Manchester United fans are coming together. Right, let me just address something very quickly. Yeah, and I'm not just talking about this stream. It's obviously Flows and my brother and stuff. But I'm talking Liverpool fans uniting against this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. When the Munich air disaster happened, Liverpool gave Manchester United players so they could continue as a club and they could continue their games. Disrespect between Manchester United and Liverpool has been there for generations. It's only the past 20 years when hooliganism got involved, social media got involved, that it started to get absolutely ridiculous. But it took something like this to bring and this is why I'm so frustrated, the great clubs Manchester United are the biggest club in the world. Let's not get that mistaken. Liverpool are one of the biggest clubs in the world. The reason why Liverpool and United are spearheading this because they are the two biggest clubs in England. Don't ever get that mistaken. I don't want to hear Manchester City. I don't want to hear Chelsea. None of that nonsense. It's United and Manchester and Liverpool. So I'm so disappointed. But then I see Chelsea are pulling out. I think City are going to start pulling
Breaking
out.
news. We're going to get to all of that as well. We're going to get everybody's direct. I feel like this is legit Sky Sports news right now, isn't it? Mad than that. I feel like, Banks will go. Yeah. You might be a yellow tie tick. Banks will go over to you. You know what I'm saying? What's your thoughts on if this is true, if Chelsea have left and that? This is rumor has it.
Boy, it's a big move to put. You've already put in place all your cards on the table. So if they've really pulled out already, it'll be very surprised. It'll be very because the way Perez is talking, as if he's already said there's no pulling out, there's no backtracking. He said this already. So for Chelsea to say I'm preparing documents, it's all crazy right now. I can't lie. It's all like it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out because you've got the Premier League saying there's no way this is happening. You've got Perez saying there's no way this is happening. You've publicly said, yeah, we're gonna do this. And after fan outrage and whatnot, you decided you're going to back out. It's a lot of indecisiveness. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, it is. Harris, same to you. If this is true, what's your thoughts if Chelsea have pulled out? And then we'll get to it. And before you say, hey, don't put this out. Sarcasm City is not always 100% reliable people. Just putting that out there. And let me put that disclaimer. That's why the channel is called Sarcasm City.
Exactly, bro. No, I just want to say, with the Chelsea news in it, yeah, shout out to Prime and the Chelsea fans. You get me, brother.
Yeah, big up my Don't Care Free Lewis every time. The whole Chelsea gang.
Shout out Lewis. Yeah, no, I was gonna say this. Yeah, when it comes to this, I'm happy what Chelsea are doing because I think if I'm correct, Chelsea, the club is owned by Abramovich, but like the stadium is owned by the fans or something like that, bro.
Here we go. You know what? You asking me questions I don't know the answer to. Chelsea fans, let us know in the comments because we do have big Chelsea supporters there. Breaking. I understand Chelsea are now preparing documentation. To request withdrawing from the European Super League. Charlie says just to add confirmation, Chelsea are withdrawing from the Super League at the beginning of the end. As much as I salute Chelsea for doing this, big up to all the fans who backed it. These man come back, and this includes my club, Manchester United. Relegate us all. Pause all in League 2 minus 15 points. Throw the book at all 6 of us. I'm telling you.
Exactly.
Relegate us all. Because the League 2, yes, it makes it unfair and we need to be punished. And that's me as a Manchester United fan saying that. Relegate us to League 2. I'm telling you on that. We want our cold nights in Stoke.
Someone wrote that. Bro. Whoever pulled up with that is a G, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Wait. It's outside the bridge. I'm going to tweet about that. But yes, all jokes aside, relegate all 6 of us on that and hit us like they did to Juventus in Serie A, and they relegated them and it was on like minus 10 points or whatever. Relegate us. Hit us with a big minus 15 points because it's going to be unfair for the teams down there as it is. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to see United Liverpool in League 2. I'm all for that. Let's go in it. You know what I'm saying? And then it maybe just all these
pull out.
Oh
thank
shit!
you
Yeah.
very much for having me on, man. Thank you.
Bro, love Banks in it for coming.
Yo, Banks, plug everything that you've got going on and where they can find you before you dip. Yeah.
Make sure you follow me on socials at Banks_TF3. That's on Twitter and Instagram. And make sure you follow at the Final 3RD_ on Twitter and Instagram. And subscribe to the Final Third channel. That's the Final 3RD on YouTube. Once again, thanks for having me on Sarcasm TV. I love the debut. Definitely got to do it again, man.
We're going to do it again, definitely. I wish it was in better circumstances and we were actually talking about football, but definitely going to get you back on, yeah? Definitely. Yeah, man. Big up. Yeah, and respect.
Big up. Nice meeting you, bro.
Love, bro. Take care, fam.
Yeah, you lot make sure you subscribe to the Final Third. Yeah, I can't tag it in the what's it called, but I don't think, it's not, but I'm just going to in the title anyway. The Final Third, man. Make sure you lot get over there and subscribe to it. Make sure you do that. I'm telling you. You know what? Let me add it to. Bear with me. I'm going to actually pin it. 1 second. Make sure you lot subscribe to the Final Third. Let me see if I can pin this now. Literally gonna. And make sure you get the likes up as well. We're only on 55 likes. Yo, get us to 60 likes.
I want to see a new member by the end of the chat, bro. That's what man wants to see today, blood.
I fucks with that. Yeah, I fucks with that. Put this man on Sky. He killed the self punt outro. You lot are jokers. There it is. It's pinned as well. That's the final third, and that's the final third YouTube account.
Subscribe
they can't
to
relegate.
that,
They can't relegate us without one of the big six agreeing. They need a 75% vote. Well, they need to be stripped to that vote. Once you left for the European Super League, you got stripped. You lost all your privileges and that. You know who should decide if we get relegated? The other 14 clubs in the Premier League. That's who should decide.
You know what though? I don't want to see us get relegated. In all honesty, I just can't be asked.
No. I want us to because we deserve it. We deserve to be punished. One sec.
No, but you know what it is, yeah. Like with this whole relegation, like we deserve to get relegated, but I think they should try force the owners out. Like the FA should be like, nah, you man have to go, bro, for doing this thing, and United have to be put for sale, bro. Like that's what I feel like should happen, and so we don't get relegated, bro, because. You know what the thing? Actually, to be honest, if we get relegated, the Glazers will go. You know what?
Yeah.
I'll take that.
I don't want us to. Don't get mistaken. I'm not saying I love my football club. I don't want to see us. I'm saying we deserve to be. We deserve to be. Just so you know why? Because it sets a precedent that people don't try this bullshit again. Don't try no nonsense like this again. It's absolutely ridiculous. And someone mentioned it here. Where we at? Hold up. Said if they get relegated, Sky Sports will go down to League 2 for the new TV deal. You know what? That's absolutely fantastic. You know why? For League 2 and all the clubs in there. Because then they get more money and they get more revenue. Who wouldn't love League 2 on a weekly basis out there? And then the Premier League still gets shown. Let's make up for what we've done. Bear in mind, all of these teams in League 2 and League 1 and the lower divisions have been hit by the pandemic. They've been hit by COVID. So they've already taken a loss of earnings, and then we want to take away that further. Nah, throw the book at Chelsea. As much as I respect Chelsea for moving out, you don't get too much credit for cleaning up a mess that you made. I'm saying you don't get too much credit for that. So love to Chelsea for whatever reason. I don't know the details. So I'm just talking off the fly. But yes, pull out. This is the beginning of the end, and this European Super League nonsense.
We'll see, bro. You could see in like the next 2 hours, Chelsea is not true. Chelsea are gonna remain, bro. Like you never know. You never know.
Devontae saying here, Chelsea fans own the pitch and the club name rights and threaten. Chelsea fans own the pitch and the club name rights and threaten to not renew the lease. Maybe that's why they changed their mind instead of the protest. And whatever reason it is, each and every Chelsea fan that's there, I fucks with you in it. I fucks with you heavily in that. I'll stand in with you in that. Like I said, this is why Saturday I'm going to the protest. I'm daring that. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what's gonna happen, but this can't run.
Bro, I'll be in the protest in spirit, bro. You get what I'm trying to say?
And protest and make it down 3 p.m. people if you can. F all of this.
You get me, bro?
Chelsea pulling out. Sky Sports News reporting Gary Neville on Twitter. 1 down, 11 to. Let's go, man. I'm with it. I'm about to retweet that. And people who are saying, "Oh, Gary Neville's a hypocrite." Yeah, he probably is. You might have a fair case.
Yeah, because bear man are saying that Gary Neville's coming out because these men are gonna lose out on P's if the ESL comes out. So it's like, bro, is the reason why he's like coming out with all these claims and like he gives a shit because it's like basically his own like pocket's gonna be hurt. But like, I don't know about that one, bro, because it's like, bro, people coming out saying, "Oh yeah, but Gary Neville only kept." Bro, listen, at least he's coming out and saying something.
That's my point. People too worried about the messenger. You know what I'm saying? And that don't worry about the messenger. What's the message?
Don't worry.
Is the message on point? What's the context of the message? Is the message correct? I don't like UEFA. I don't like FIFA. I don't like the FA. The message is on point. No, Gary Neville called him a hypocrite all you want. He should have spoke out about the Glazers earlier. He didn't. He named his reasons. I personally disagree with that. But what he said yesterday was bang on the money. You know what I'm saying? Veets is saying here, flawless. It isn't just Chelsea fans, it's all type of football fans unite. Yes, we all need to come together. How do you think we just had a Liverpool fan on the ManDem United podcast?
Exactly.
I'm standing with him. I'm with everybody who's against this. And I'm going to, as long as I have access to this channel with a microphone, I will be here talking about this. They ain't doing this, innit? Like, it actually, they can do it because I can't hold no influence, but I'm going to do my very best to make sure this doesn't happen. So if it means just talking, I'll do it. Go on, family.
Bro, it's not even being these club fans like on Man United. It's a fan. If you're a fan of football, like being a fan of football, because I'm a fan of Man United, but I'm a fan of football too, bro. I just don't only watch Man United. I watch other teams because I like football. Yeah, if you're a fan of football, then you don't want any of these other things to happen, like Flawless is saying, bro. So it's like, bro, for the greater good of football, we can't have none of this shit happen.
Yeah.
I'm not too optimistic about if they're gonna stop it from happening because, bruv, they might just be like, "F you, Chelsea, we'll bring in Ajax, bruv." They could do that, you know, bruv.
Nah,
Like,
you know what? I get what you're saying, but maybe this is me talking from a naive and a biased standpoint because I'm being naive on it. Yes, I'm being biased on it. Yes. Look how quickly Chelsea have folded. It's not even been a week. Look how quickly. That's why I take hope in the fact that one day of backlash and Chelsea have gone, nah, we're going to pull out. I think Manchester City are next. Remember, I quoted that. I think Manchester City are next. And for those asking about the protest, Veets put it here, 3 p.m. at Old Trafford this Saturday. Pull up.
It's going to be a
Glazers
movie,
out.
blood.
Hashtag no to the European Super League. It doesn't matter if you're a United fan, get there. If you can get there, get there. You know what I'm saying? No, I haven't seen the live stream. Who's live streaming it? Let me know, Ravi, because I'm going to watch before we close out the show. Go on, Harris.
Come with all your banners and all of that to the protest, bruv. You know what I mean, bruv. Come with that real energy, blood. You get what I'm trying to say. We need to stick it on these pagans. We can't be all passive. Nah, bro. Tell them F you, bro. We ain't settling for none of this BS, bro. Because what they're doing is feeding us bullshit on our spoon and expecting us to eat that bullshit. Nah, bro. Man ain't doing none of that, bro. Like, it's not happening, bro.
Yeah, and sorry, I had to bring up this comment before we close out. This made me roll again in it. We want our cold nights in Stoke. I love that. That is fantastic, yo. Hey, whoever you are, yeah, you made that and you held that salute in it. That's something that I'm mad I didn't think of that. That's how good that is. That's one of them ones. Yeah, man, if you're gonna make it up, pull it up. Like I said, I'll be there. Saeed will be there. Noureddin will be there. Aaron will be there. JV I need to talk to. You know what I'm saying? And that. So we'll be there. Yeah, Veet says make sure to be there for us in spirits for the internationals. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? To be fair, Chelsea and City joined last minute anyway, so they are the least passionate about the Super. Let's hope so. In 1 down, 11 to go. Let's kill this dead.
1 down.
And then you know what we do after this? We go after friggin' UEFA and FIFA and the FA. And we taking it all in that. Let's storm the castle, people. Fuck these man in it. I had enough of this. Because you got all this energy.
We're taking over, bro.
You had all this energy when your money's being hit. I mean, when your pocket's being hit, but where's this shit for racism and that? Where's this energy for racism? And we're going to get onto that.
100%.
We're going to get onto that. Definitely. I don't know what I can do because I'm not the man for it, but I'm going to try and figure something out because I've had enough in it. This lets me know, you man can move like this quick. You know what I'm saying? And that talk about, you can get kicked out of the Champions League and not play international tournaments. Where's all this? Yo, Boris. Yeah, Boris came out of the wilderness as well with his messy hair. The prick, but he was on point with what he said. Well, yeah, man. I think we've closed out the show. We'll probably be back tonight. I'm not gonna lie. If Chelsea do, I'll probably be back at Sarcasm City Sports. 1 off. You know what I'm saying? Yo, lift up your headphone. I can hear a noise, fam.
Oh, mine.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's gone. Yeah. It's gone. You know what I'm saying? Disgruntled blogger says, Woodward set a light, don't care. Yo, I want the Glazers' head on a stick.
Come on.
I'm with it. Let's
I want the Glazers.
When everyone comes back, relegate us all. Relegate us all to League 2 with minus 15 points. I'm telling you, I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't really. I appreciate this, Devontae. I don't think I'm a motivational speaker, but thank you, and thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it.
You just speak from the heart, bro.
You can't do this to other clubs. That's what hurts me more. Not only as a Manchester United, like I said, not only is from a sporting standpoint is it wrong. Morally, it's so wrong. How are you wrong on both ends of the spectrum? At least with UEFA and FIFA, and I don't like them. From a sporting perspective, it's fairer. Everyone has a legitimate chance. You know what I'm saying? And everyone has Leicester and West Ham are able to get into the Champions League. You know what I'm saying? Any one of the teams in the Premier League, 20 teams, has a fair shot at finishing 20th or first. They have a shot. Leicester winning the Premier League happened. You know what I'm saying? It's rare. Other teams getting in the top 4. We've seen Leipzig blow. Look at that Monaco team with Fabinho and Mbappe and Falcao and Mendy and Bakayoko and all these ballers and that. Yeah, it's mad. How was Chelsea supposed to play anyways without their stadium owned by fans who didn't want to do it?
No,
even the over 14 clubs wouldn't want these clubs relegated, to be honest. They also need to overhold their own finances. It's a symbiotic relationship. Some things are bigger than money, Devontae. You're not lying when you say
exactly.
Some things are bigger than money. You know why? Because these lot were willing to leave you for dead and take it and make you take a hit anyway.
They're they don't care about you.
Woo! What? Manchester City are pulling out of the Europe. Really?
Bruv, everything's coming too fast, bruv. You get me?
Let's go. I bet Man City's dancing. Manchester City are pulling out of the Super League. City have told organizers they no longer want to be a part of the 4.6 billion scheme. Let's go, Manchester City. You know what? If there was protests at the A, I'd be there now. It was not even too far from my house.
Exactly.
I'd go. I'd legit go and be like, yo, fuck this. Like, that's 2 down. Let's go, man. Please be true. This is my point, Zane. Zane saying it here. Devontae, I get your point, but they abandoned us anyway. And when they say they abandoned us, they abandoned every team in the Premier League, Championship, League 1, League 2, all the way down to grassroots. All of us fans.
Bruv,
It's calm from
the red teams have the most rotten owners from the core, bro. Trying to milk every penny from this club, yeah. Trying to take all, like, literally trying to sell us nostalgia, yeah, 100%, bro. Like Drizzy Drez, or you might have to create a new Man United, bro. You know,
yeah,
because they're trying to sell us the history of the club.
Appreciate it, love for the super
Respect
chat.
Drizzy Drez, because all the time they're trying to sell us this PR bullshit, bro. All the history, this and that, bruv. The way you man are going, bruv, you want to commercialize Man United, turn us into Red Devils NBA shit right now.
Gonna have to make me and I think Harris is froze. Gonna make me and Harris have to go to friggin', you know what I'm saying, to Sri Lanka to watch Manchester United play Real Madrid. It's a mazza. Let me know if he's froze. I think he's froze on mine. Chelsea left says Mezway. Now don't be dancing. They signed up for it. All these men don't deserve no credit for pulling out. I said that before. I said they don't deserve credit for putting out a mess, for putting out a fire that they made. But I'm happy it's happening. For the sake of football, I'm happy it's happening. That's what it is. I'm genuinely happy it's happening. Glad they pulled out. F these man in it. Money don't rule everything like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them. The Glazers, FSG, everybody else.
They're all pagans, bro. You know what the thing is, yeah? I've been saying this through all this, yeah. The fact that the fans have allowed these pagans to be in charge for years, yeah, and the fact that the FA have allowed them to come and take over their club, yeah, and like not ask them about their intentions, bruv. It tells you everything, bruv, about football, the sport, the associates, bruv. Because it's like, it's sad to see, bruv. These men are really killing the beautiful game, bruv. It's called the beautiful game for the reason, bruv, yeah. And these men are trying to do this whole, trying to ruin the whole scene, bruv. It's like, bro, like I ain't fucking with none of that.
Fuck all of it. You know what I'm saying? And that. Fuck all of it. It's mad breaking. Like you say, Manchester City are pulling out. Hey, salute to Manchester City for pulling out. Exactly. Salute to. I just literally said they'll be the next ones pulling out. Yeah, man. F them. Love to everyone who's dropped super chats. Big up to everyone. Let me check how many likes we are on the video. 58. Get that to 60. Make sure you subscribe to the final third. It's pinned message. So when I speak to Banks, his numbers better went up. You know what I'm saying? And
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Lauren saying, hey, how the fuck are Stan Kroenke and the Glazers going to be supposed chairman of this thing? Facts. And they can't even run our clubs. They can't even run United and Arsenal. Yeah, man. Glazers are going to hold on. Bun these man in it. As Harris would say, yo, bun these pagans in it.
Well,
you know
they are pagans.
I'm happy. And yo, salute to Manchester City. Hey, big up to Chelsea and Manchester City for having the balls to leave. Even though we shouldn't have been in there, I'm still giving them credit for leaving.
And the worst
big up Chelsea, big up Manchester City for leaving. Go on, fam.
And the worst thing is there ain't no news about us coming out, bro, saying this so and so, bro. It's like, bro, that tells you the red teams in the UK are the worst, bro. Like on the level, yeah. What they stand for, they got probably the most diehard fan bases, yeah, but. Bruv, when it comes to the owners, they don't reciprocate that energy, bruv. You know everything about this football club. Like, I just hate the way that they go in, the way that they're operating in, yeah. They don't give a shit, bruv. And I've said this the whole podcast, yeah, but it's like, it's true, though. It needs to be heard. When people go to the protest, I want everyone to come with that real energy, bruv. Like, when I mean energy, I mean that, bruv. Because, you know...
Oh, sorry. Jeez, sorry to cut you off. We got news. Barcelona have left, too. Mad. Hey, big up Barcelona. Big up, sorry to cut you off. Keep going, fam. Just get breaking news as we're talking.
You know what it is, bro? You might as well call this Sky Sports at this point, bro. Barcelona, City, and Chelsea all left while we were on this, bro. Like, but exactly that tells you something. Look, Barcelona have won it. Barcelona are trying to leave for a reason, bro. Like they know, yeah. Like the thing is, they know the backlash. They're understanding the backlash that they're getting for it. They're probably, to be honest, I can't lie to you. I feel like, United will come out with a statement saying we're not going to be part of it. And then I know deep down inside, these Glazers would be like, oh, man, we really missed out on the millions of dollars. Like, bro, no. Like on their level, bro, they'll come out with some shit, and it's like, nah, bro, I can't be asked for this no more. We're gonna come out, yeah, and leave because it will be good for PR purposes, bro. The last one left will probably be Real Madrid, and the whole world will hate them, bro. Like, but PR, we're a PR team at the end of the day.
Yeah, facts. Push what point to me? What did I miss? Sorry if I missed your comments, people. Sorry if I missed your comments. Let me know RYN on it. Barcelona president Joan Laporta says Barcelona will not join the Super League until our socios, I'm not sure what they are, vote for it. It's their club, so it's their decision.
Exactly.
Kind of Devil says football is nothing without the fans. Fuck them greedy pigs. I'm with you, and I don't even swear like that, but you know I'm with you. Barca owned by fans, so they can't just join. I hear you. You lot keep it. Don't be beefing with people in the comments. You know what I'm saying? And
Well, come on,
said, I get your points though, because I'm higher. I'm charged on this. My head's hot still. You know what I'm saying? For the whole 2 hours this has been going on, my head's hot. The 4-hour podcast we did on Sunday, the Q&A, my head's hot. You know what I'm saying? I'm really pissed about this. It's not really the balls. They were on a vibe. I dip my fingers in, but if it goes left, I'm gone. Yo, they turned it down in it. So I give him credit for it, even though I don't give them as much credit as I should, because they shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Yeah, but we're giving them credit for something they shouldn't have been doing. But it tells you where everything is, bro, at this point of time.
Oh shit! Love to MB, love to your mom for that. Innit? She said, "Flawless, my mum is a fan." She said you sound down to earth. Love to your mum for that. Tell her I said thank you. MB says, "Flawless, they've signed a 23-year contract. So how are they realistically getting out of that contract, bro?" Here's the thing: they're in breach of contract. Domestic leagues, the Champions Leagues, FA Cups, League Cups, etc. So there's so much things. So that contract could be null and void. I don't know all the ins and outs. I'm going to try to get some form of financial expert on it, but they're in breach of it. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they'll have to pay billions now, because like I said, they've already been in breach. Are all these teams leaving for real? Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Free down in it. Let's keep this going. See that collapse rapid. I said this shit wouldn't happen.
It's happening.
Let's go with it. Let's Higgins, as Harris would say, in it. You know
these man ain't nothing but pagans, bro.
Yeah, it's mad. But if I missed your comment, I do apologize. What was us? What was it? United and Madrid. Harris is saying United and Madrid will be in a league of their own two teams. Low. Let's hope not. We already know United, Liverpool, United, Arsenal, Real Madrid will be the last three. 3 down, 12 to go. Let's go, man. Let's keep this ball rolling, people. Let's keep this rolling. You know what I'm saying? Fuck these, man.
Exactly.
F these, man. Drizzy does is saying fans should keep protesting. It might be a mock screen, a smoke screen. I think you meant to say that. Yeah, man. That's all we can do. All we can do is keep protesting, whether you go to the grounds or you're on platforms like this on YouTube, or you're talking about it on your social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Keep talking about it. Keep hyping up the pressure and that. It might not be much, but that's all we can do, and it's better than doing nothing. Don't do anything. That's what I'm saying. Here we go. Just having a look. Love for the super chat though. Again, Drizzy does.
Yeah, bro. Love Drizzy does, bro.
Here we go. Devante saying the thing with Super League is they haven't officially set nothing up, so it's not binding. They said they have plans for this in August, but then United said if it doesn't start or end or the Champions League next season, we shouldn't be in the Champions League next season.
Yeah, bro. We should, as a punishment.
We shouldn't be in the Champions. Yeah, we should be in League Two.
We should be in the Conference League, bro.
Yes.
For as a punishment.
Yes, I'm with that. League 2, Conference, League 1, something along those lines. Minus points as well. Minus 15 points. Throw the book at my club. Let's get these Glazers out here when they see that dip. And I'd love going away to, I don't know, Altrincham or something. Stockport County. Why not? The price of the tickets would go down, or the ManDem could link up. You know what I'm saying? Interesting, fam. We're talking about league promotion to League 1. That shit would bang. Yeah, me. You be on here, me and you be talking about United's promotion charge to League 1, fam.
Exactly, bro. Bro, if they got knocked down to the Championship, we could do Reading versus United build-ups, bro.
I'd pull up for that.
Man,
I'd pull up for that. What?
Shit.
Are you? Hey, Madrid left.
Bro,
I'm saying Atletico out too.
Is this true, bro? Because listen, I need some proof, bro. Because all of a sudden, nah, bro. How is it all of a sudden?
Nah, Madrid ain't out. Atletico Madrid. Man is saying Atletico Madrid have left.
Oh.
Let's see what Stro is back in the building. Stro, you hearing this? You can keep us updated. I'm hearing it.
Yeah. So,
Chelsea have left. Go on, give us the update.
So Chelsea have left. Manchester City are also leaving. Atletico, I've just heard about, and then Barcelona are also pulling out. And there's a reason I'm back with a smile on my face because I'm hearing that apparently Liverpool are planning to follow suit.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's
Bun
go.
these man, innit? You know what I'm saying? Salute the Liverpool Dons. Bun these man. Drizzy Dez again. Love for the super chat. He says, Don Escobar Perez dreams dying. I'm loving it. Love to see it. Love to see it. Love for the super chat.
Perez
Again.
is taking a fat L, you know. He's actually
Let's
taking one of
go.
the...
Bun Perez. You know what I'm saying? And then after this, we don't stop people. We need to go for UEFA, FIFA, the FA, all these man, innit?
Bruv, as soon as man said I want to lower the game than 90 minutes, I was like, bruv, listen, this guy is trying to kill football as a whole, bruv.
Yeah, it's messed up, but Don Escobar Perez, I like. Yeah, Devante, I'm not silly. Of course, I wouldn't go away to Millwall. Because what I'm saying, Stro, even if they let all the teams back in, we should all be relegated. I'm saying. Relegate us all. Throw the book at all 6 clubs, including mine.
Yeah, like with this, you have to throw the book at it. And I mean, like I said, the whole speech that I had earlier, this goes against everything that Liverpool was embodied, and this goes against everything that Liverpool stand for as a fan base, as a community. So, listen, I'll say this because I was just having a conversation then. Is obviously when it comes down to it, owners are going to start selling clubs, and I guarantee the first ones to get it run out would be John W. Henry and FSG, because you know Liverpool ain't going to lie, ain't lying, taking this lying down. That they're going to get run out of the club because you've embarrassed the Liverpool history. When you've got Bill Shankly's grandson talking about take the statue down outside Anfield, that's when you know enough's enough. Like, come on now, this man is he's one of the best managers we've ever had. And when you start disrespecting his legacy, and then all the other managers that come before him, and then you do the announcement, a couple of days after fucking Hillsborough as well. It's like, now you're taking a piss.
Yes.
Like, come on now. There's something you just don't do. You don't do it.
I didn't even realize that, fam.
Yeah,
that slipped my memory. That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like that takes it to a whole new level for some Liverpool fans. Like my dad was raging because it landed on the Hillsborough week. Like, there's some shit you don't do. You know better to do that. So yeah, they'll get run out.
And I'm hearing as well, Inter Milan out too. Let's go with it.
Let me ask you this: with all these clubs leaving, do you reckon we're gonna see a statement in a couple of days' time now, bro? Because it's like they've done.
Probably some bullshit statement from them, yes, that I don't really care for.
But the thing is, I want a statement. Do you reckon they'll apologize? Though? That's what I want a full-on apology.
They ain't apologizing.
I think some will. Some will.
I know. All right, sorry. Manchester United, Glazers are definitely not apologizing. I tell you that much.
Bruv, the Glazers are crying, bruv, because they know they've lost out on billions.
It is. Perez is on the roof of the new camp right now, and emergency services have been called. Total chaos. Hey, let's go, man. You lot in Catalonia, yeah? Do your thing in that. Do your thing. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? MB saying flawless. They sold their soul, bro. 23-year contract. How they getting their souls back when they leave? It's going to be a hefty price to pay down later down the line, because what I'm saying is, because somebody mentioned it, they didn't sign the actual deal, so I don't know if it was binding, plus they was in breach of contract already. You can't just leave your domestic leagues. You can't just bounce. You can't just up and bounce and leave your domestic leagues. They don't run like that. You can't do them things. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I think we're gonna go. A punishment is. I agree with this. Wholeheartedly. A punishment is needed. Everyone needs to know you can't pull this. Throw the book at all 6 clubs. Throw the book at all 6 clubs.
Exactly. That's the energy that needs to be shown, bro.
Energy. But you know what? I think we are gonna close out the show. You lot in the comments, get your final thoughts. All I want to say is love to everyone who's locked in, whether you're watching this live or you're watching this back. Make sure you hit the like button on the video if you're watching on YouTube, because you might be listening on one of the audio platforms. So whether you're watching live or watching back, hit the like button. Make sure you share it across all the socials and subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell also, because we go live every day. Road to 3K as well. We're on road to 3,000 subscribers. Make sure you follow Harris across all his platforms. Make sure you subscribe, and it's in the pinned comment. Subscribe to The Final Third. Big up to Banks from The Final Third. So make sure you sub to The Final Third. Big up Stro. Make sure you follow him across all platforms, as well as JV also. Make sure you do that. Twitch, I couldn't agree more. Glazers out, Woodward out. Big facts. Let's go.
100%.
Oh, yeah. The protest is Saturday, people. 3 p.m. outside Old Trafford.
Pull up, people.
Oh, whoa. Breaking.
I've got more breaking news.
Is that it?
Oh, yeah, I was going to say that. But the breaking news as well is that there's rumours that apparently Arsenal, Manchester United, I can't remember who the other club was because I've not read the message properly, are basically saying that they refuse to pull out.
But they're gonna play by themselves.
That's getting me pissed off, you know. As a club, that should be disgraceful,
Yeah,
you know.
all 12 clubs are meeting tonight. All 12 clubs are meeting tonight to discuss disbanding the Super League. Hashtag NUFC, hashtag MU Journal at Talk Sport. And Glazers out, Woodward out, and with that. Big up I should have hung my scarf up. I'm gonna hang the scarf up.
I should have had the yellow time one.
Yeah, it's calm. Big up my Sky Sports reporters. Big up to you lot, because you lot kept us informed. But yeah, this has been an action-packed, very, very action-packed episode of the ManDem United podcast. Also, as well, make sure you follow us. You might want to listen on our audio platform. So SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. If you want to listen just as an audio podcast, you might be cooking, you might be working, driving, etc. The links are underneath in the description box, as well as if you want to join the Sarcasm City TV membership, that's underneath the video also. Big up to you lot, big up to Harris and Stroh for joining me. Make sure it is. Woo! Veets, wait. Breaking, Manchester United will be leaving the European Super League 2 with official confirmation set to be made before Friday. Hashtag MUFC at Leah Smith at Stretton. Let's go, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Raphael says here, Super League was a hoax to get UEFA to pattern up 5D chess from Florentino. Yeah, man. United, I'm happy. So happy United are leaving. But let's dip anyway. We're going to bounce. If more news happens, we'll probably be back tonight. But yeah, this has been the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in.